Kia ora, tēnā koutou katoa, no mai, hari mai, and welcome back to some Sky Broadband Rapid League action. It's round 15, and we are all set and ready to go here in the one and only Invercargill as the Southland Sharks host the Hawke's Bay Hawks. My name is Charlie Dalton, and I am joined alongside the man, the myth, the legend, Tom Ingham. How are we, mate?
Charlie Dalton, good to be here, mate. Ready for some Rapid League hoops. Some wrong graphics. Seven-time NBL champion.
Oh, is that you, mate? You want to claim that one?
Not me. But anyway, over to you at the table.
As we take a look at the Rapid League standings, the Auckland Tuatara with a huge win last night over the Jets, which pretty much guarantees them the 2026 Rapid League title. However, it isn't confirmed. If they are to lose both games, their next games by probably more than 30, and somehow the ladder changes. It's not confirmed yet, but it's pretty much confirmed. But today it's the number 9 Southland Sharks taking on the number 6 Hawke's Bay Hawks. And we've had a few late scratchings. Dan Greeder is going to be out with a back issue as we take a look at the starting five. Costley, Taylor, Eagle, Allen, and Casson for the Hawke's Bay Hawks. So lineup's going to look a little bit different. No Jacob Murphy and no Kobe Cutter in this Rapid League side, Tom.
Yeah, very different, but I mean, it's a great opportunity for these guys to be stepping up. I think Casson was really impressive the last Rapid League outing I seen, so I think great opportunity for these guys to get amongst.
We take a look at Sharks starting five: Rabbage, Webster, Burdenshaw, Snow, and Wynyard. So a few scratchings for Southland as well. Tobias Cameron is now scratched, and yeah, it's gonna change it up a little bit for the Southland Sharks. We've got a few people stepping in. Stoddart, he's only played 2 games this season. He did average 10 points those 2 games, but he is back as we take a look at the Chemist Warehouse head-to-head.
Yeah, you look right there in terms of right now, the Hawke's Bay Hawks looking a bit more effective down the offensive end, currently sitting at 36.3 points per game. It's that defense for both sides been a wee bit leaky, so it'll be a big chance for both teams to try get that established this afternoon in that player spotlight. Looking forward to seeing Max Stoddard back in the Southland Sharks uniform, back into it, and Maz Taylor, ever since he's come back into New Zealand from that time at Utah Prep, he's been really impressive in terms of how he hits for the outside shot. So should be a good battle this afternoon, Charlie.
Yeah, Maz Taylor, and he comes in with quite a confidence, doesn't he? A bit of a swagger as we take a look at the match officials: Sharon Martin, Blake Rosanowski, and Leo Shaw. But back to Maz Taylor, he does have that swag about him, especially in that NZNBL. He doesn't mind talking a little bit of trash to the older guys.
No, in the last game I seen actually thrown out of the game in terms of going at the referee about a call. From what I heard, it was maybe not as bad as what we first anticipated on the commentary call, but you know, it's important to have that confidence, and it's good to see him out here coming back, being aggressive and into it. See right there, absolute scene. What a picture.
Tautoko Wynyard and Ezra Eagle, the Dilworth legend, all set to get this one underway for your Saturday afternoon. It's a big Saturday of sports. Later on this evening, we have the Tauranga Whai taking on the Wellington Saints. And as we know, it's business end of the NZNBL and Rapid League. Everything is to play for. Well, for the Hawks, the only thing to play for is to upset some others on the table, and we're underway. It's going to be Quake Webster with the ball, and Southland Sharks are going to get the first possession. Is going to be a turnover? No. Sticks with Webster. Nice dump off to Tautoko Wynyard, and he's going to get a nice, easy layup to start this one, Tom.
Yeah, and great job there from Quake Webster in terms of being able to attack that zone early doors. You know, this is a guy that's been really effective for Southland. So, oh, straight back at him, Ezra Eagle.
Ezra Eagle from the top of the key. That one's nylon, and he's got his eye in early. The Sharks in that 2-3 zone that they like to run in Rapid League, and it looks like the Hawks are going to be in a 2-3 zone as well on the other end. Burdenshaw with the ball. Going to fire away from the corner. That one's no good from Jack Ramage, but they get their own rebound. Burdenshaw, nice no-look pass to Webster. Been a key for this Rapid League side so far. And what a steal there from the big man, Isaac Allen.
Yeah, great job there from Isaac Allen. I think it's the main thing for both of these teams. Trying to attack, as you see Allen getting in there, is going to be really important for both teams' work in and out.
Nice block, but stays with the Hawks. Still in that 2-3 zone. It's a nice cut, and he's going to be fouled. Riley Snow picking up the foul, and it's going to be number 2, Balon Casson, heading to the line.
Yeah, and it's a great job there in terms of those off-ball cuts and that awareness in that zone, I think is really important. You know, a lot of these teams get a wee bit guilty of passing the ball around, settling for three-point shots, but you see in this instance, Casson doing a great job in terms of slashing in, getting the contact.
Gets the first one to go, does Casson. Averaging about just over 4 points per game so far this season in the Rapid League. Couldn't quite get the second one. Webster now. Fires across, Bernard-Shaw thought about it. Gets to his midi. Nice contact, just couldn't quite get the roll. Not a bad look though from Dane Bernard-Shaw.
Yeah, I like that from Bernard-Shaw, you know, a guy who's very aggressive for the Southland Sharks team.
Ezra Eagle hit one not long ago from the same spot, couldn't do so on that occasion. So another stop for the Sharks. Bernard-Shaw finds Webster. Nice dump off, but gets a piece of it and off to the races are the Hawks. Tries to lob it up. Little reverse up and under. That's pretty from Baloncesto.
And that's the way to beat that zone. Get out and start running straight away off any form of turnover, long rebound. I think it's important for both teams, not let that zone get set.
Totoka doing a good job operating in the paint and driving with a nice cut along the baseline is number 6, Jack Ramage. So doing a really good job so far as Totoka Wynyard in that high post isn't even in the zone.
Yeah, absolutely. And it demands a lot of attention from both their high post and then also down low too. So, you know, it's really important they establish that down low presence, and it's going to help start generate some stuff from the outside too.
So the score 6-5, the Hawks up, still in this zone, going to get a wide open look, fires away, got it, Kobe Costley gets one to go from the wing.
Yeah, great hit there from Kobe Costley. Now, this is a guy that's played more of a distributor role for this team, so it's good to see him being aggressive. Not any subs for this Hawke's Bay Hawks team, so they're going to need to be aggressive this 5.
Bernard-Shaw off an offensive rebound, comes away with it is Costley. He's going to look to push the pace. The Hawks only playing with 5 players in this Rapid League. Nice dump off, Eagle with the left hand. Wynyard may have got a piece of it though.
Yeah, great job there in terms of the dump off, everything but the finish, and that is from Eagle, but straight back at them down there. Great job there from Riley Snow, straight back down to the cup.
Yeah, nice. Clap back off a good turnover forced. Riley Snow going up strong, taking the contact. Looks like we're going to have a substitution. Will Jack is going to check into the ball game. Just his second appearance in the Rapid League for the 2026 season. Made his debut against the Nuggets, I think it was, in the opening round of the season. So good to see him out here getting some minutes. His free throws, no good from Snow.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is the beauty of, if you're going to have injuries, it's a great chance for these young players to come in, step out, and show out. So for both teams, an opportunity right now.
Taylor, that one rattles in and out. A good look, though, for the Hawks, and sticking with the rebound. Firing away, 3 ball. That one's money. Isaac Allen from way downtown.
I tell you what, Isaac Allen, he walks into it so nonchalantly, but shoots that thing with such confidence. Big time hit.
Nice cut through the middle from Snow, but he couldn't get the finish, and the Hawks once again pushing the pace. They're out to a 12-5 early lead. Thought about it was Casson. Fires it across, Allen back to back, got it, bingo. Isaac Allen is feeling it here in Invercargill.
What a start, Isaac Allen. He can get going really quickly. Has the wee step back on his game as well. So watch out, Hawke's Bay Hawks fans.
And Sharks almost with another turnover, but a foul is going to be called. So Quake Webster asking if that's going to be free throws. It's not. It's going to be baseline ball.
You know, Quake Webster has turned into a real leader for the Southland Sharks team, as we see right here. Might be changing now. Quake Webster's going to get his wish. Will be shooting some free throws. But yeah, has been a great leader in his development. His game this season, I think, has been great. Not only in the Rapid League, but in the NZNBL as well. He's come in with some meaningful minutes and meaningful contributions, which ultimately has helped contribute to the Southland Sharks' success.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's the Sharks' all-time Rapid League leading scorer. first Rapid League career, his Rapid League career high is 15, and he was the first Shark to reach 50 Rapid League appearances. So he does it all, as that one almost got it to go at the end of the first quarter. But that will do it for quarter number one. It's the Hawke's Bay Hawks that have jumped out to an early lead, 15-5, with the help of a couple of tray balls from Isaac Allen.
Yeah, and as he's done so well coming off the bench, or in this instance, not coming off the bench because they don't have a bench. So Isaac Allen's come in, been really aggressive with those first couple of threes, but what I'm liking from the Hawke's Bay Hawks is they're looking to work inside and out. They're still trying to attack the paint, not settling for any of those threes with that Southland Shark zone. And if they can get out and running early, they're doing that effectively. So that's been, I think, 15 points for them in the first quarter, well above their average.
As we see, the Tauihi schedule has been released for 2026. Scan the QR code and take a look, and make sure you get your calendars ready to book in those games. I'm sure that's going to be another cracking season as the Phi try to defend their title. And vote for your fans, the MVP. Scan that QR code as well, and you can vote for whoever your favorite player is. Tom, who are you going to be voting for, mate?
Yeah, look.
Isaac Allen? Isaac Allen?
Isaac Allen could be up there at the moment. I think maybe Sam Dempster, but being 45, 46 years old now, I think he could be one that I lean towards. Not that, I don't know if he'll be tuned in, but if he is, sorry, Sammy D.
Hopefully he is tuned in, an absolute NZNBL icon. Fortunately, out with an ankle injury as of late. As we take a look, Charlie Dalton and Tong Ingham with you, former Nelson Giant. And
Most improved player. Here we go. The accolades.
I appreciate it, mate.
Here we go.
Look at us go. We don't quite have the 7-time NZNBL champions of the likes of Lindsay Tate does, but it's all right.
Hey, it's a graphic, regardless.
We made it to the big leagues, mate. Here we go. Tautoko Wynyard battling down low, and the big body gets it to go.
Yeah, great job there from Wynyard, taking the composure, taking the time down there, and is such a presence against the Hawke's Bay Hawks team without a genuine big, Ezra Eagle being the only real big presence.
Getting to his spot and popping it like it's hot. Ballon Casson doing a really good job. Once again, it looks like the Hawks aren't really sure which kind of defense they're going to be in, but a bit sloppy right now on offense for the Sharks.
And right now, and that gives the Hawke's Bay Hawks an opportunity to continue to push the ball and not them allowed to be super set in their zone right now, so able to attack that Hawke's Bay.
Costley hits it to Eagle, finds Taylor on the cutter, back to Costley. Pretty ball movement from the Hawks.
Yeah, great action there. In terms of the cut, the awareness right there from getting the kick out there to Costley for an open three. I love that look from the Hawke's Bay Hawks. I think they're getting great looks within that zone offense right now.
So it's going to be Sharks ball as we got a substitution. As I mentioned earlier, the Hawke's Bay Hawks only have 10 players on the PSR for this afternoon, which means all 5 Rapid League players are going to have to play the full 16 minutes as it goes inside to Snow, and a couple too many hands from Maz Taylor.
Yeah, and you see Hawke's Bay with their zone are really packing it in. They're almost daring Southland just pass the ball across and get those shots, but trying to, I think, diminish Tautoko Wynyard in that high post right now.
It almost looks as though they're in a 1-3-1. Burdenshaw now with the ball. Finds Webster. He's not afraid to shoot it. Couldn't get it, but rebound Snow, and who's it going to be? It's going to be Hawks ball. Not a bad look again, though, for the Sharks.
Yeah, I don't mind that in terms of going in and out. I think that's where you're going to get your most effective three-point looks. If you're still trying to get those high post catches, but not able to hit it on that instance.
Allen with the ball. Back to Taylor. Finds Costley. Eagle keeps it off the ball screen. Taylor gets to his midi. Ezra Eagle fires away. That's his second triple of the afternoon. Ezra Eagle he just makes the wheels go round for this Hawke's Bay side, doesn't he?
Yeah, he really does. Just all those little things you see in that instance. Another turnover, but he really does. And good interplay there from Taylor and Ezra Eagle as well, able to get that two-man action going. And again, the cog in that wheel that just helps it keep on turning over.
It's now 4 turnovers for the Southland Sharks side. Just can't quite keep a handle on the ball as we see Allen get downhill. blocked by Snow, but once again, there's Ezra Eagle. He's going to fire away again. No, that one rattles in and out, but it looked good, and it's another good look for the Hawks.
Yeah, don't mind it from Ezra Eagle in terms of seen a couple go down, shot that with confidence.
Ramage finds Bernard-Shaw. Now in the middle with Wynyard. Bernard-Shaw, a two-man game. Tries to dump it off. Webster for three. This time, no problems. Quake Webster.
Yeah, you knew it wasn't going to take too long until Quake Webster seen one go down. He's going to continue to shoot that with confidence, and he needs to get going for the Southland Sharks team to get back into this game.
Left side with Allen. Closing out hard now. The Sharks. Taylor, that's a quick release. Almost banks it off the glass.
Yeah, I think right there he's seen, maybe thought he got that under and had that quick release. Could have turned the corner and continued to attack, but we know he's going to try to shoot that, Maz Taylor.
We see a pretty move there from Quake Webster getting downhill, using the Euro, feeling the contact, and he's going to get a chance to earn his points at the charity stripe.
Yeah, and I think he's going to need to continue to do this. I mean, you look at the scorers on the Southland Sharks team, Dane Burtonshaw and Quake Webster have tended to be the two, whereas Tautoko Wynyard more holds it down. And the fact that we haven't seen Max Stoddard yet in this game maybe tells me that they're going to save him for the NBL minutes.
Check out the QR code for the Hoops in School program. Get hoops at your school thanks to Chemist Warehouse. So, back underway. It's the Hawks, still up by 8. Over the Sharks, Allen finds Costley. Still in this 2-3, no, they've dropped to a man, have the Sharks. Snow trying to stay in front of Allen. That slow step and draws the contact. It's such an art that has been utilized so much more as that slow step to put the defender off balance and draw these fouls.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the thing that Isaac Allen does so well is use his body really well. So in that instance, able to take that slow step, but also wait for that contact to come in, gets to the free throw line. I think it's going to be really important for a shooter like him. The more times he can get opportunities to shoot those freebies, it starts to continue to open up that outside shot as well. Yeah,
Isaac Allen, 18 years old, straight out of Napier Boys. And, well, he averaged a team-high 22.4 points per game for Hawke's Bay at the 2026 Under-20 Nationals. So a player to look out for in the future, for sure. It's the ball with Wynyard now at the top. Surveying his options. Finds Snow, trying to get downhill. Now it's Bernard-Shaw. Both teams playing a man-to-man. Quake Webster firing away once again. Bingo. He's finding his range in the Shark tag.
Yeah, he really is, Quake Webster, and he's brought Southland right back into this game. You look at after that first quarter, 15-6 to Hawke's Bay, and then all of a sudden, it's been the Quake Webster show. 8 points, I believe, maybe in this quarter alone. Scan the QR code for your chance to win tickets to this season's big games. But yeah, a big comeback from the Southland Sharks in terms of this last possession is going to be really important. Try to get that stop, and then could you maybe turn this into a one-possession game going into the quarter?
Here we go, so about 13 seconds on the shot clock, trying to get the last possession of this half. Balls with Maz Taylor, and a foul is going to be called instantly on Dane Burdenshaw. I wasn't sure if that was on purpose. They did have a foul to give though, so potentially not a bad foul.
Yeah, not too bad, and obviously it gives them a chance to see what maybe Hawke's Bay were going to do, and then now, time to get down to it.
Costley with the ball, 8 seconds now. Working on Wynyard, finds Allen, sidestep, fires away, got it. Isaac Allen is on fire here in Invercargill, and what a way to end the first half on the buzzer. 24-15, the way of the Hawke's Bay Hawks. They're playing with absolutely nothing to lose.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, I thought maybe he got a wee bit happy feet on the shuffle, but then all of a sudden, you see Isaac Allen there on the Chemist Warehouse stats has just come out with a point to prove. 10 points, Quake Webster looking really impressive also with 8. Ezra Eagle has looked good for the Hawke's Bay Hawks also with those 6 points, but contributions throughout for this Hawke's Bay Hawks team. The rebounds, Riley Snow really stepping up and coming in early doors with those 6 boards, and Kobe Costley at the point guard position with 4 rebounds himself, starting to look really important and effective down there for that team. Maz Taylor, 4 assists already, so he's starting to climb up in that regard, putting together a good game, distributing the ball, which he's normally known for shooting it. Then Jack Ramage with the block there as well. But all happening, Charlie Dalton.
Absolutely, and still got 8 minutes to play. The pace is just picking up. Is the fatigue going to come in as a factor for this Hawke's Bay side? As we mentioned, they're only playing with 5 guys. Have you ever played a bit of rapid yourself, Tom?
Well, I tell you what, I did play a bit of rapid league, Charlie.
Rapid legend,
I don't know about rapid legend. As a 30-year-old man, which might have been one of the oldest rapid league appearances, so I wasn't looking too sharp. Not as sharp as a large nona pizza from Sal's. Scan the QR code, get amongst that.
$35. Get that installed for your Saturday evening of sports. It's all go. The Wars, the All Blacks, and some more Sal's NBL action.
Man, what more could you want?
Well, what type of pizza guy are you, Tom? Oh, I mean, if you've heard me commentate, I love a bit of pizza chat. So.
Yeah, well, look, I'm basic.
Yeah, you're gonna
I'm
go
basic.
pepperoni,
I'm pepperoni, yeah.
I mean, you can't go past it.
You can't. It's solid, I think. Bit of meat, bit of cheese on pizza.
Yeah, cool.
That's all I'm after. I'm basic. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm a pepperoni guy as well. I don't mind like a buffalo chicken or something to spice it up a bit, but if you haven't had pizza in a while, you have to go back to the classic pepperoni. So we're back underway here for the second half of the Rapid League. Charlie Dalton and Tom Ingham on the call with you guys this afternoon, and Hawks get another steal, and Costley tries to go up, but he's met at the top by Ramage.
Yeah, great block there in terms of the presence, and then running the full length. Go throw it down, young fella. Go give yourself one.
Just a light little plain shakalaka there. I wanted him to try throw that one down. He would have got a boom shakalaka as Isaac Allen comes out of the half, and well, his hands have not cooled down at all.
He is a man on a mission continued. And Isaac Allen up to 13 points, nearly half of this Hawke's Bay Hawks team's points already, so making his presence felt.
And we'll see if he could potentially be an impact in the Sal's NBL later on this afternoon, if he keeps hooping the way he does.
He's calling for it too. He wants that thing.
Absolutely. Costley met by Wynyard, had nowhere to go. Taylor now at the top with Costley. Finding Allen, shoot it. Why not another one? Gets to 2 feet. Great pass to Eagle, and a great look though for the Hawks.
Yeah, great look in terms of not settling there, Isaac Allen, which was fantastic, even though he's hot. Able to find Ezra Eagles, also hit a couple threes, so good unselfish play from Allen.
Burdenshaw. Nice pass to Snow. Now we're with Webster. Finds way, asking for the foul, almost gets the roll as well, and Snow comes up with the offensive rebound and will get a chance at the Chemist Warehouse stripe for 2.
And that's now Riley Snow's 8th rebound in the game, which has been really impressive, and there's second offensive rebound, so that's going to be really important for the Southland Sharks team, just to continue to get those second chance opportunities to try and get back in this game, because right now when you've got a Hawke's Bay Hawks outfit that's shooting like they are, from 3 especially, 7 3-pointers made already at 43%. So these second chance opportunities are going to be really crucial.
Snow couldn't get the free throw to go. So Hawks get away with a good foul. Taylor operating at the top. He already has 4 assists on the afternoon. Nice up and under, but couldn't get the roll, but he gets his own steal and goes up, count it. Baloncesto been a little bit quiet in the second quarter. He started the game off, and well, he's back with a huge steal and then one opportunity.
Yeah, big time play, and that's a killer if you are a Southland Sharks fan. Done all the hard work to get the stop, the turnover. Casson able to get his hand on that ball, take the contact, and a massive chance, opportunity to crack that 30 mark and have a lead of 13.
Makes it count, does Casson. So the hole getting a little bit deeper for the Southland Sharks side. Burdenshaw, back to Webster. The top with Ramage. Wynyard, nice pass to Webster. You don't want to leave him open. Yahtzee from the right side. Big shot at a big time.
Yeah, massive there, and Quake Webster doing a good job just to keep the Southland Sharks team afloat. But then now Hawke's Bay Hawks trying to push it, still staying in that man-to-man, see if they can try get a bit more coverage.
Costly getting downhill, and well, I think he wishes he had that one back, as I think Burdenshaw clipped him on the noggin. You get a chance at 2 at the charity stripe.
Yeah, and I'm loving this. They're continuing, even though they've been successful from the three-point line, looking to get the ball moving through hands, continue to try get action with feet into the paint, and I think that's going to continue to open up those three-point shots. So working inside to out, I think, is a great strategy, and why the Hawke's Bay Hawks are looking so effective on offense.
First one is good there from Kobe Costley. He's up to 4 points this afternoon. Make that 5. Sharks now back in a 12-point hole. Top with Webster. Finds Burdenshaw. Back to Webster. Will Jack back into the game for the Shark side.
Yeah, and you see Hawke's Bay really packing it in and just not allowing Southland Sharks to try get any presence. Tautoko Wynyard still trying to patrol that high post area, but they're not allowing any easy catches. Almost looks like they're sitting in a bit of a 3-2 type of zone right now, which is giving Southland a wee bit of trouble.
Lobs it up to Wynyard. Has the smaller Eagle on him. Nice footwork. Tried to go up the left, and Ezra Eagle is not happy about that foul call. I mean, are you ever happy when you get called for a foul?
No, I never was. I never was. Although, mind you, every time I try to go for a block, you could get toilet paper, a little thin line of toilet paper underneath my feet, because I wouldn't get that high off the ground. Ezra Eagle, on the other hand, the man might have a bit more bunnies.
Absolutely, Ezra Eagle. He just signed, committed to Whitman College, a D3 in college, where he'll actually be joining fellow Kiwi Jacob Futu there for Ezra Eagle's freshman year. So good to see another Kiwi baller heading over to take the college route.
Yeah, absolutely. And more starting to make the jump too. Yourself heading back over very soon, Charlie. Another wee bite at the cherry, another run at it.
Yeah, that is correct. I think I'm going to get 2 more years now because of the new 5-year ruling. If you didn't know, the NCAA has granted 5 years of eligibility now rather than 4, but they have taken away all red shirts or grey shirts or medical red shirts. So you get 5 on the clock, and what that is doing is trying to avoid any 26, 27, 28-year-olds still in college, still playing.
I'm 33. I'll have a crack at it.
Hey, honestly, at this point, you could probably get a waiver and go play college ball for a year. All right, we're back here. 1 minute remaining here in period number 3 between the Sharks and the Hawks. The Hawks still up. Wynyard battling once again with Eagle. Will Jack with the reverse. Oh, and that one just rims out, but it's a rebound from Snow, and finally the Hawks come up with it.
And I love the move from Jack, coming out, being aggressive, nearly went in, but Riley Snow again with the great offensive rebound. Just not finishing right now, the Southland Sharks, and that's what they need to get going.
Allen, patient. Gasson, no good. And now the Sharks decide to slow it down a little bit, potentially take the last shot of the quarter. 12 seconds remaining. Webster finding Jack on a far away, and that one a little bit long. And I think Maz Taylor just turned the ball over.
Yeah, it's been launched into the crowd. You see right there, collateral damage on that instance, which, yeah, not a great turnover in terms of the stage of this game. Gives Southland a chance to drop it into a single-digit lead, which could be the momentum they need coming into this fourth quarter.
Yeah, so 4 seconds remaining. I mean, you could take a BNZ player timeout here if you wanted to. They're going to opt not. Finds Webster. And great hands there from Kobe Costley. He'll throw one up. And that will do it for period number 3. The Hawks still up 32-21 here in Invercargill. What do you think of that quarter, Tom?
Yeah, again, back and forth. I think Hawke's Bay are continuing to make their presence felt down the offensive end, just like, there it is right there, the large cup pepperoni pizza. We've been talking about it.
That's what we're talking about,
mate. That is absolutely what we are talking about.
Are you a cupped pepperoni guy or just like a normal pepperoni?
I didn't actually know the difference before.
Yeah, the cup pepperoni actually it crisps up the top of the pepperoni, and then the oil can sit in it.
Right.
Yeah, who was telling me that? I think it was Glenn actually that might have been telling me that. Actually, maybe it was Hugh. Might have been Hugh Bainan.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what's your preference then? Are you a large cup or just?
Yeah, I'm definitely a large cup. I actually think, mate. As we take a look at the end of period number 3, a bit of a hole to climb out of to the Sharks. However, looking at the Sal's NBL standings, that top 4 has pretty much been guaranteed. The Tuatara, after their win last night, regain the top spot. The Sharks are going to be in second with the same amount of losses. But any of that top 4 can still get that top spot towards the end of the season. However, the Sharks don't have great points differential. And right now, if they're tied with any team, they are not going to win out in that head-to-head.
Yeah, and it's crazy. We always get to this business end of the season. It's why Rapid League is so incredibly important too, because points differential plays such a massive part. So even though there are teams that are unable to win the Rapid League, it's really important that points differential keeps climbing up, and you're trying to do everything to help your Sal's NBL team be up there when it comes to that points differential time.
3 minutes 20 here remaining in this Rapid League contest. Taylor finds Costley. Costley working with it. Gets to 2 feet. Finds the cutting eagle, and that one's not going to go. I think it was a shot clock violation before he could get that up. So solid defense position there for the Sharks.
Yeah, far better job in terms of keeping Hawke's Bay out. You know, they've been really effective with their dribble penetration to try work into out, and the Southland Sharks did a better job there, getting the ball rotating around. So now they need to find a way to try exploit this Hawke's Bay Hawks zone.
Burdenshaw get into the middle, couldn't quite get the floater to go, but rebound from Webster. Oh, and I think he got away with the travel. No, he didn't. Tried to go on his vacation a little bit early, and it's going to be a turnover.
Yeah, and an unfortunate one there. They, again, the second chance opportunities. Southland have done a pretty good job of that, but just haven't capitalised. You know, Riley Snow now up to 11 rebounds in this game. So, you know, Southland, it's going to start to be now or never very soon.
I mean, 11 rebounds in a 16-minute game is pretty impressive, isn't it? We've seen a few double-doubles in just that 16-minute period. I think Josh Ledger's had a couple, and Zach McKenzie as well. Sammy
D, the timeless Dempster, has also jumped another couple in there too.
So we see Allen fire away, and, well, he was on a hot streak, but that one just not quite there. It was a heavily contested, though.
Yeah, hey, look, out of the hand with the way that man's been shooting, even though the outcome wasn't as desired. Man, I think he needs to continue to shoot him when he's open, of course.
Burdenshaw. Hawks have dropped back into that 2-3 zone. Ramage trying to find a way through. Wynyard finds the cutting. Burdenshaw, and it's a lot of Sharks inside the paint as we see Webster, the only one on the perimeter, makes the Hawks pay and closes the lead to 8.
That's a massive hit there, and again, great dribble penetration, trying to get into the paint first. I think that's where they're going to be most effective, and Quake Webster ready to shoot.
Strong take was Alan Casson, and he's going to get rewarded with 2 shots. And another chance to re-put that lead into double digits. Riley Snow, I don't think, was happy with that call. Thought he did a pretty solid job walling up. I just don't think he had the feet square.
Yeah, I think Casson really looked to initiate the contact, really attacked hard and attacked into Snow's body. Probably wasn't anticipating to attack his body the way that he did, so just getting his hands down there, but a great job there from Casson.
Puts the lead back out to 10, makes it that harder for the Sharks. Webster, he's been hot, he's going to have to stay hot as Burdenshaw fires away. Dane Burdenshaw, bada bing, bada boom.
And a massive hit from Dane Burdenshaw, his first field goal, and this is normally a prominent scorer for the Southland Sharks team, but right now I'd like to see the Sharks start to put a wee bit of pressure on. The game's starting to get a wee bit dwindling down in terms of clock. See if they can get a stop.
And they almost do, but I think it came off the right pinky of Dane, and he has a couple words to the official.
keeping them honest. Always have to keep them honest.
Defense chance, echoing the Shark tag. Just good to see for this Rapid League matchup. Allen been so good throughout this one as we see Dane Burdenshaw get a steal, and he's off to the races. Gets up that slow step, and Maz Taylor with a big block, but it's going to remain with the Sharks.
Yeah, I think now if you're the Southland Sharks, just that extended pressure is really going to start to help. Put some pressure on this Hawke's Bay Hawks side and make them continue to execute in this last 80 seconds. Make them earn this win.
Big possession here for both teams. A stop makes it that much harder for the Sharks to come back. Oh, and they turn it over. It's going to be Costly that just gets a wide open left-hand layup. He couldn't get it to go. Rebound, Maz Taylor. Isaac Allen. I thought he was going to pull that one as well.
As did I.
Costly now going to use the clock very wisely. Has to go one-on-one. Allen. No time left on the clock. The shot clock expires. And so they don't even get a look at the rim in that position. Great defense from the Sharks. But if you're Hawks, you're probably not that mad. You did use up 24 seconds of the clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Charlie. I mean, the more clock you can chew up in this type of instance, the better. But what you can't allow is one of these two in particular, to shoot an open three.
And it was a great look from the Sharks. Quake Webster just couldn't quite get it to drop. Almost gets a steal, but it was almost a south pass as we see Costly turn down the three once again. Casson got it. Oh my goodness, Ballon Casson, the patience from this Hawks side in that position as Burdenshaw tries to respond, can't do so. Great patience from the Hawks offense.
Yeah, a couple of potential looks early doors that Hawke's Bay could have taken. You see Kobe Costly was wide open in the corner, made the decision to chew up some more clock, and that there is an absolute killer.
Webster finds Wynyard, goes up strong and off the glass.
And Southland, in terms of the pressure right now, it just hasn't been there this whole fourth quarter when you've been down. Still, even though game's probably gone now, you would hope that in fourth quarters you'd be up there trying to force the issue a wee bit. Hawke's Bay have looked a wee bit shaky, but just staying back.
Pressured is Taylor. Finds Ezra Eagle in the middle. That's going to get fouled. So you play pretty solid defense for most of the possession, and then you give up that foul at the end. It's probably not what you want for the Sharks.
No, absolutely not. And I mean, right now, Hawke's Bay, they can have the last possession of this game. Probably no point in Southland even fouling, but just trying to get that points differential, keep it at 8, maybe even try get a stop and a timeout to try cut them to a wee bit more.
And they're just going to let it go. Castley high off the glass is good, and a BNZ player timeout will be called by Quake Webster. So the Sharks still thinking about that top 4 race and trying to get the points differential as good as they can, as we see. Wow, what a pretty take. High off the glass.
Yeah, Kobe Costly's had a great game. I mean, looking right now, currently sitting 7 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists to go with 3 steals as well. So playing that point guard role really well for this team.
Webster finds Wynyard, but it's too little, too late. The Hawke's Bay Hawks get the Rapid League win here in Invercargill, 39-29 over the Southland Sharks. What a game for the Hawks, Tom.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, this is a team that's undermanned, and it's no secret, if you get going in Rapid League, that can sometimes give a wee bit of momentum. And I think this Hawke's Bay Hawks team is going to need that momentum going into that Sal's NBL game. So a great start this afternoon for this undermanned yet effective so far Hawke's Bay Hawks team. As we look at the Chemist Warehouse stats, Quake Webster was really impressive for Southland, and then the Casson, Allen, Costly, Eagle all making massive contributions, and I think that was the difference at the end of the day, Charlie.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw Casson and Allen get extremely hot from beyond the arc, as well as Webster. We know what he does, and we see Riley Snow with 12 rebounds. What a performance from him, especially on the offensive glass, just creating extra possessions for the Shark sides. It just wasn't enough. And then it's the 2-point guards, Quake Webster and Maz Taylor, as well as Kobe Costly, just operating, facilitating for their respective sides. Take a look at the blocks. Ramage had a couple. Wynyard and Costly both with one. Costly getting up there with the big block. I see him.
Yeah, love it. And the steals to boot, man, has been on a mission. I think that's probably the difference there you look to be able to generate one steal versus just what we see on the screen in terms of 8 was maybe a massive difference in this game too.
So that will wrap up the Rapid League action here in Invercargill this afternoon, but don't go anywhere. We've got the NZNBL, the Southland Sharks hosting the Hawke's Bay Hawks for round 15. Don't go anywhere. We will see you shortly. Kia ora, tēnā koutou katoa, no mai, hari mai, and welcome along to the mighty Invercargill. It's more NZNBL action. It's round 15, and it is the number 2 Southland Sharks taking on, well, not quite the number 2. They are dead last. It is the Hawke's Bay Hawks. It is Charlie Dalton joined alongside Tom Ingham. Tom, yes, the Hawks are completely eliminated from this one, but they do have an opportunity to kind of change the ladder and how it works.
Yeah, absolutely, Charlie. And I mean, that's one thing in terms of right now, I think both fans not too sure as to who's going to get this one. But it's a great opportunity for the Hawke's Bay Hawks to get out there, play disruptor. And I think that's the thing you have to try get joy out of. When your season's done, you can look to push in these other areas, and that's something this Hawke's Bay Hawks team can do tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, and we just had the Rapid League right here before. It was the Hawks that got the job done, 39-29, due to the lights-out shooting of Isaac Allen and Balon Casson, as well as Kobe Costley doing a great job as well, despite the efforts from the Southland Sharks. And in particular, it was Quake Webster. I think he had 14. He was shooting it from lights out, and that Rapid League went the way of the Hawks, didn't it, Tom?
Yeah, it really did. I mean, Hawke's Bay came out, shot the ball really well, got good presence inside and out, and really attacked the Southland Sharks zone and contributions throughout. And with only 5 players on the Hawke's Bay Hawks bench, that was the entire Rapid League outfit. So now it's a prime opportunity for them to get after it. But the fans jumping on the Southland Sharks 100%. We're underway.
As we take a look at the standings, well, because of the win last night, the Auckland Tuatara beating the Jets, they jump back up into first position, and they now in charge of their own destiny. If they win out, they will finish at number 1. There they are, the Southland Sharks at number 2 at 15-3, but the points percentage at 104.2, not anywhere near as good as the other 3 teams in that top 4. That top 4 is solidified: the Tuatara, the Sharks, the Canterbury Rams, and the Wellington Saints. If we take a look at the second page, there's still a few teams fighting for that 6th position, which is right now the Jets have it, and then the Tauranga Fire and the Airs still there. The Giants actually somehow are still in a hunt. A lot of things have to go their way, and well, it's the Hawke's Bay Hawks that unfortunately their season will be concluded after their final couple games. But like we were saying, they have an opportunity to go out there and change how that ladder is looking. We take a look at the upcoming fixtures. A big evening of sport. Right after this at 6:30 will be the Rapid League. It's the Saints taking on the Fire, and then tomorrow the Rams and the Tuatara. That one is a huge game, a top 4 clash. And then also later that evening, the Bulls will take on the Airs, and then starting round 16 in the final round, the Fire and the Nuggets. That's also going to be a big game, especially for the Fire if they want to try keep their top 6 hopes alive. As we know, the NZNBL, the top 6 will go to the playoffs. The top 2 will automatically go to the semi-finals. There will be a playoff 3rd place, 6th, 4 plays 5th, and from there we go into the semi-finals and the grand final. So a lot of big games, and we take a look at the starting 5s for the Hawke's Bay Hawks. A little bit different looking. We got Jacob Murphy, Kobe Cutter, McLaughlin, Alonzo Burden, and Chase Jeter. Looking a little bit different. No Rasmussen, no Dan Greta with a very late scratching that just came in a couple of hours ago. I think back issues. And then, as we know, Jackson Ball. So their 3 leading scorers, Tom, not here this evening.
No, not here this evening, Charlie, and a massive loss. We know the impact both Rasmussen and Dan Greta have had in particular, but I guess what's been really promising for this Hawke's Bay Hawks outfit, Kobe Cutter was incredibly impressive against the Manawatu Jets, had a career high. You know, this is a guy that does all those little things, cuts really well off the ball, was shooting the 3 at 46% also, so, you know, look out for him to have a big one this evening.
Yeah, absolutely, and the Hawke's Bay Hawks currently amidst the southern swing. They took a loss to the Otago Nuggets, which clinched the Otago Nuggets in that final 6. I'm not sure if they're going to definitely be 5th or 6th. I think that is going to depend on future results. But it is going to be a big game for the Sharks. They need to keep their winning streak alive. The starting lineup, it is Ryland Jones, Braden Inga, Caleb Asprey, Keelan Boone, and Sam Timmins. And it is Keelan Boone that is coming off an ankle injury. He missed last game. He's back into the mix. What is that going to mean for the Southland Sharks side, Tom?
Well, I think what Keelan Boone brings is a whole lot of energy for starters. You know, he plays both ends of the floor with a high level of energy, but then his ability to also stretch the floor is massive for this Southland Sharks team. At the forward position also, you got Ryland Jones and Caleb Asprey, an incredibly talented backcourt, and then when you add Keelan Boone into that, and with his rebounding presence as well, you put both him and Sam Timmins down there rebounding, it's incredibly effective. Keelan Boone at 7.4 rebounds per game, as well as those 17 points, so a great addition to get back into the Southland Sharks team. Now
the Sharks also not quite completely healthy. Tukaha Cooper. I'm sorry, Tooks. He's my boy, Tooks. I'm sorry. I apologize. Will Ledger, and then a late scratching from Tobias Cameron, who's also been huge. How is that going to affect the Sharks tonight, Tom?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the beauty of this Southland Sharks team, they talk hearing Keelan Boone pre-game talk about it's not necessarily next man up, it's just team up, and that's the way that Southland Sharks team rolls in terms of it's a team effort. And I think what you'll see other guys step up, get more opportunity. Quake Webster, you know, this is a guy in Rapid League has been really impressive with both Cooper and Cameron out of the mix. Expect him to come in and have an opportunity to get himself going tonight, which is great for, I guess, a young Southland player in Southland as well. The fans will love it.
Yeah, we also got a few others that have entered the PSR as we take a look at the Chemist Warehouse head-to-head. Tom, what are you seeing here?
Yeah, I think right there you can look at the polar opposite in terms of the scoring and the defense. Southland, the best offense in the league. You know, they're incredibly high octane, very effective in terms of what they do, both from the inside and the outside, and then also holding teams to under 90 points per game, whereas Hawke's Bay Hawks, it's on the flip. We don't have to go too much into the wins and losses because that's a bit reflective of where both these teams are sitting on the table, but I'm really interested in that on-the-block matchup this evening. That's Sam Timmins versus Chase Jeter. Sam Timmins having an incredible season, tall black as well. Chase Jeter is a guy who's shown flashes in which he can be really dominant, really effective with his long wingspan, but he's got a tough challenge tonight in trying to hold Sam Timmins off the board, so we're definitely trying to come after him.
Yeah, Sammy T, such a big reason why the Sharks are so high on the ladder. He's having an exceptional season himself. He's at about 18 points per game. He also leads the entire league in rebounding at 10.94 rebounds per game and block shots as well at 2.6 blocks per game. He's an elite two-way presence. So we take a look at our match officials for this afternoon. Sharon Martin, Blake Rosanowski, and Leo Shaw. So shout out to our match officials. They do the job that a lot of us players would never want to do. Tom, I'm sure you've had a few arguments with officials in your day.
Never.
Never, mate. You ever got a technical? Definitely.
Yeah. I don't even know if I need to answer that one.
Okay, these players head out to the court. We've got Alonzo Burden. It's a little bit of a homecoming for him, isn't it, Tom? He played for the Sharks from 2021 to 2025. It's pretty cool to see him back here, and he's had a very warm welcome from the Shark team.
Yeah, absolutely, and has his family down here as well. So, you know, really exciting for him. Had a great career with the Southland Sharks in terms of was a leader in that team for such a long time. Is definitely loved and respected in that community. So obviously made the trip home to play for his hometown Hawke's Bay Hawks team, but he's found a second home without a doubt in Southland. So awesome time for Alonzo to come back into the mix.
Yeah, and he had a great season last season with the Sharks. He averaged 9.9 points per game, and he shot 42% from three. Having a solid season again this season, about 26 minutes a game, about 9 points, 2.6 rebounds. And it looks like we are nearly all set and ready to go here in Invercargill. There's number 2 taking on number 11, and it is the Hawks with nothing to lose and only upsets to gain. We are underway. Sammy T gets control, and it's Ryland Jones throws it up to Sammy T. Almost gets the N1 Thought he was going to wind up for the dunk, but a perfect play off the jump ball for the Sharks.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's one thing that cannot happen if you're the Hawke's Bay Hawks. Sam Timmins cannot be out rim running you, and in that instance, able to get straight downhill, easy lob, and a good chance for him to get on the board early.
Couldn't quite make the first free throw. Been struggling a little bit from the free throw line this season, just at about 46%. Trying to get the scoring underway here, and does so with the help of a friendly roll. So now the Hawks will get their first possession here of this one. Looks like Murphy's going to be in control of the point guard position. We talked about this matchup, Jeter versus Timmins. Timmins reaching in, trying to pivot around. Nice little ball fake. Caught Sam Timmins looking the other way, but great defense nonetheless from the Sharks.
And it's what Hawke's Bay try to do without Greeter and Rasmussen. What they'll try to do early doors is try post up either Jeter or McLaughlin and try to work a lot through them. So you see straight away trying to go down. That battle with Timmins is going to be one to watch.
Yeah, Jeter and McLaughlin, the leading scorers on the PSR today for this Hawke's Bay side. As you see the Sharks with their second possession. Finds Inga. He's been having a great season. Sammy T down low with a reverse, and well, he smoked the lab, got a little bit fancy there, Sammy.
Yeah, he did on that one in terms of straight away. I think they're trying to do the same thing. Maybe Southland trying to get Jeter in foul trouble. You see right there, offensive foul, and right, you see Sam Timmins having a bit of a laugh about the creativity, the flair on the attempt.
Yeah, he spun off his defender, and I thought we were about to see a slamming Sam, but tried to go for the little fillet. Couldn't quite get it. Don't worry, you're still a guard, Sam. And we're back underway here. Sharks with the ball. Sammy T, nice bum screen. Finds Ryland Jones, pivoting. Asbury, little goose step. And couldn't get the mid-range to go. So, interesting little goosey there from Asbury.
Yeah, wasn't on till later on this evening, but here we go. Asbury back into it.
Asbury getting up, levitating like Dua Lipa in the air and getting the and one. Caleb Asbury on the board early on.
Yeah, great attack there from Caleb Asbury in terms of he's so effective at getting downhill, able to get in the air, get vertical, get up in the air and take the contact. You see there with the hezzy, goes up, McLaughlin not quite in front.
Gets the three-point play to count. Didn't quite see the goosey on that one, but a brilliant move nonetheless. Hawks now trying to get on the board here in this one. McLaughlin goes with the skyscraping left hand. Jeter gets the rebound, another opportunity, and great ball fakes again. He's so good down low with his footwork and his pivoting.
Yeah, he really is, and especially on that left block, you'll see he gets really effective in terms of getting up and under defenders as well. So everything but the finish there from Timmins.
Yeah, nice little pocket pass from Ryland Jones. Sammy T, that's usually his bread and butter. Couldn't quite find it on that occasion as we see Jeter far away with the one-legged triple. Bingo, mate.
It's interesting. He does not shoot the three with both feet on the ground ever. You watch. If he gets another attempt up this game, there is always one foot happening in the air.
We see Keelan Boone back from a little ankle injury, and Sammy T gets back on the board to continue his scoring. Finally gets a layup to go. Good on you, Sammy.
Yeah, there we go. It's a tough ask to try to keep Sam Timmins off the glass. You know, he's going to continue to be there as we go again. The one-legged triple.
Asprey off to the races in transition where we know he's so dangerous. Boone thought about it. Good screen from Timmins. Wide open as Inga. We know he can shoot the ball, and it was Jeter that did a little bit of a Luke Cornett.
About to say, the Luke Cornett reference is elite.
Murphy going up, teardrop, floater. That's pretty from the young man.
Yeah, great job from Jacob Murphy, and he's going to continue to need to be aggressive with Kobe Carter, with both these guys being introduced into the lineup. So we see a battle down low right now between McLaughlin and Timmins.
Timmins working, gets to his right-hand hook. Usually is good, but strong enough defense from McLaughlin as we see it go upstairs to Jeter. Does well to keep it alive. Murphy left wide open. No. Nice rebound from McLaughlin. Finds Kobe Carter down low. and the Hawks earning themselves extra possessions and capitalizing.
And I think that's what they're going to need to do to stay in this game, is get as many extra possessions and try to limit them for Southland as much as possible. That's the way they're going to stay in this game. And if they stay in and around, who knows? Maybe we could see an upset on our hands.
Ryland Jones misses, but the Sharks now with their own offensive rebound. Asbury can't get it to go. Asbury been shooting pretty good at 43% as we see Kobe Cutter running the floor well, patient, up fake, and well, he's pulled up a little bit ginger after that and asking for a sub.
And that's something that Hawke's Bay definitely don't want right now. Already depleted. See Keelan Boone, that's exactly what he gives. But this Hawke's Bay Hawks team, they can't afford to have too many more injuries. Already down with 10, and Kobe Carter is on the ground. He's not in a good way.
And we see match officials gonna pause play right now. And it looks like we are gonna see Balon Casson, I believe, checking into the ball game. We saw him have a phenomenal Rapid League game with 13 points. So, an opportunity for him now to prove himself. He only has played in 4 Sal's NBL matches at about 6 minutes per game. Big opportunity for him to guard some of the big names. Burton. Pump fakes, stolen from Boone. Could we get a little bit of showtime? No, a little Euro. Throws it up. Couldn't get the roll. A nice slow step and composure and transition from Boone.
Yeah, and again, that's what Keelan Boone brings. A whole lot of energy down the defensive end, able to get into passing lanes, gets a steal in that instance. And I think the other thing that's worth noting too, a foul there on Jeter, and that's something that this Hawke's Bay Hawks team will need to watch, because already a bit depleted. You've got Ezra Eagle that's going to see obviously a wee bit of time in those 4-5 spots, but they need Chase Jeter out on that floor.
Keelan Boone going at about 27 minutes a game with 17 points, 7 rebounds, shooting it at about 40% from the field. He had a 4-year NCAA career at Oklahoma State and then Pacific University, and then finished off at UNLV, which we know a few Kiwis have been. Walter Brown just came from UNLV. In Oklahoma State, we also know Julius Halafanoa has just transferred there, so familiar names to the Kiwi ballers. So we see McLaughlin miss short with that left-hand hook. Asbury walks into one, fires up, winds it. Laney up and under. Caleb Asbury, how do you do?
So good, both hands, Caleb Asbury. See there, able to change in mid-air, has done it a couple of times this game, and that is a tough finish.
Burden with the ball, back in the Shark Tank, where he's been so many times. Gives it up to Murphy, working on Timmins. Sorry, working on Stoddart. Stoddart has checked into the game, and he does well. He draws the contact. And he's going to get a chance to go to the charity stripe as we take a look at this replay of Asbury up, under, Jelly fan. You jelly or jam fan, Tom?
Neither. Peanut butter, is that the one that stays close to the ground? I'm sticking to the bread, mate. We're not getting up there.
There you go. It's not peanut butter and jelly time, just peanut butter with Tom as we see Murphy make the first one. He's been great when he's had to step up in the Sal's, the NBL. He's at about 12 minutes per game, but that's been going up pretty rapidly as of late with some outings. Couldn't get the second one to go though. So the Sharks with a slim 1-point lead. Boone pulls up from 3. And he's a guy that can just get so hot at any time, can't he, Tom?
Yeah, absolutely. And you see right now Hawke's Bay going back into that zone as well. So they're daring Southland to shoot away. But as Ezra Eagle hit a couple from that spot in Rapid League and has come out. And this Hawke's Bay team certainly isn't taking a backward step.
Ezra Eagle, Dilworth represent, coming on with a lot of confidence. So we see Stoddart flash to the middle. Go for a mid-range. Sammy T with just a nice left-hand layup. Great job swimming around the smaller Ezra Eagle to get that offensive rebound and executes.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a tough task for Ezra Eagle. And it's going to have to be gang rebounding. It's going to have to be a lot of Hawke's Bay Hawks down there helping him out, because you cannot box out Sam Timmins one-on-one, and McLaughlin with that left hand.
Yeah,
incredibly
so good.
Tough.
Yeah, so good with that left hand. Really high. Gets it to go as we see Stoddart with the ball. Boone working in that mid-range. Jones, we've had some games where he gets super hot as Boone fires away for another one and hits every part of the rim, but doesn't drop.
Yeah, and again, pretty good job getting a decent hand up for Hawke's Bay Hawks, but Keelan Boone, we know he can light it up from out there, so we're saying they have to be aware of is Jacob Murphy hasn't taken a backward step.
Sharks now trying to push the tempo a little bit with Rylan Jones. Timmins finds Webster, checking into the game, playing with confidence, throws up a floater and gets it to go. A timeout forced. The Hawks at Bay Hawks call the timeout. And it looks like the Sharks finding a little bit of momentum here in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. It just took a wee while to settle into this game, but I think, you know, this is the beauty of when you do have guys that are hurt. We know that Tukar Cooper and Tobias Cameron out of this game. Quake Webster, a prime opportunity for him to check in, get a few more minutes, and who knows, when it comes to playoff basketball, if you have a bit of an injury, you might need someone to come and step up. Quake Webster could be a guy that's relied upon.
Speaking of Quake Webster, if he's your favorite player, scan the QR code, vote for your MVP for the Fans MVP Award. I know we've got some fan favorites all over the league. They don't have to be one of the star players. You just might like them because of their personality. You ever get a fan MVP, Tom? Did you get a vote?
And I'm unsure. In terms of, they like me down Nelson, but in terms of everywhere else, it's like, whatever, mate. Take a breather, son.
It looks like we're going to get some substitutions, so it looks like almost the Rapid squad is going to be coming out of this timeout for the Hawks, which is cool to see. It looks like we have Isaac Allen, the 18-year-old. He's into the game. Maz Taylor, he's into the game. Still got Baloncesto and Ezra Eagle. And it looks like they'll keep McLaughlin on as well with the 4 youngsters.
And this is exciting for these young fellas. I mean, there's nothing better. In terms of your season, yep, it's gone. There's nothing to lose. So it's everything to gain for these young fellas checking into the game right now. So a great chance to be aggressive, get your reps up. McLaughlin gets to a left-hand jumper and tries to kiss it off the window, but couldn't do so. Asprey now with the ball. We're all tied up here in quarter number 1. Hawks dropped into a 2-3 zone. They left Inga open down low. Inga working to that fadeaway. That one's pretty nylon, drains it. Braden Inga puts the Sharks up by 2. He's so effective, Braden Inga, getting into that fadeaway off that one leg. Incredibly comfortable and can even stretch that a bit further too. Has been so effective for the Southland Sharks team. Eagle, nice pump fake. Working, nice pass to the corner. Back to the top with McLaughlin, doesn't have a lot of time, fires one up. Hits nothing, and Asprey winds up, and Isaac Allen staying with the play. Give it back to him. Reset here, 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Ezra Eagle, he's already hit one. Can't quite hit another, but it's the youngsters battling for the O boards, and Isaac Allen comes up with another one, earns another opportunity. And I tell you what, this Hawke's Bay Hawks team has done a really good job of trying to continue to put pressure on and attack the class, and it's difficult when you've got such a good rebounding team in terms of the Southland Sharks team. They rebound the ball the second best in the league, so really putting pressure on them and making sure they're doing that even though they're versing a team down the bottom of the table. Allen was hot in Rapid League. Doesn't quite get the same result that he's had earlier on this afternoon. Asprey pushing the pace. Webster fires away in the corner. No good. The pace is increasing here in Invercargill, Tom. Yeah, it really is. And to be honest, that probably plays, you would think that plays a wee bit into Southland's hands, but you can see right now Coach Will Lopez going deep into the bench and trying to get all 10 of these guys into the game. So they're ready to run. Allen gonna try again from 3. That one's short. Good rebound from Stoddart. Doing a good job keeping the Hawke's Bay Hawks out of the paint, relying for 3s, and that's pretty basketball. Good rebound from Maz Taylor. Good look though for the Sharks. A wide open shooter bringing in Inga. We know he can shoot the heck out of the ball. Eagle, 2-man game with Allen. Dropped into a 2-3 zone have the Sharks. Finds McLaughlin.
And it looks like Quake Webster's going to be called for a hand in the cookie jar. Swipe and no swipe, and says the match official.
Yeah, a great job there. And I think what this team's trying to do in terms of the Southland Sharks, just really trying to pack it in, dare the Hawke's Bay Hawks to shoot. In terms of shooters, the main ones right now, percentage-wise, Alonzo Burton and Kobe Carter both out of this game, so try to pack it in a bit.
Tough look for Maz Taylor, just couldn't quite find the window. Inga, back to Timmins. Working, little Euro, tries to get the English off the glass, but he couldn't do so. Sammy T with a bit of burst of acceleration.
Yeah, don't mind it from Sammy Timmins in terms of being really active around that mid-post area, really patrolling all the way around, showing he's got a bit of the Euro, and just couldn't quite get the finish, but a chance for him to bump those free throw numbers back up.
Sammy T can't quite get the first one to go. It's 1 for 3 now so far. And this one for him. Second one is good. So 3-point lead now for the Sharks with just 23 seconds remaining here in quarter number 1. Hawks, despite the lack of experience, doing well to hang around. Maz Taylor, the youngster, with the ball. Had a stint over at Utah Prep, now he's back. 10 seconds now, Eagle looking for McLaughlin, finds Taylor. Finds Eagle on the flare screen. 4 seconds, 3, 2, Burden, and well, time is gonna expire. The Hawks couldn't get a shot off to end that quarter, but that will do it for quarter number 1. The Southland Sharks 20, the Hawke's Bay Hawks 17 here in Invercargill. Don't go anywhere. More basketball coming right up. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Shark Tank here in Invercargill as the Southland Sharks host the Hawke's Bay Hawks. We take a look at the Shark Tank and man, they know how to dress up and make some pretty cool posters. Charlie Dalton and Tom Ingham on the call with you guys this afternoon as Ezra Eagle launches out of the quarter time.
Wow, Ezra Eagle stepping right up and into the mix. Really important for this Hawke's Bay Hawks team to, stay in this game.
Wow, he is indeed right there. And he is, we see Sammy T go up. Oh, couldn't get the roll. Tough move, thought he was gonna try. Slam that one on Ezra Eagle's head, but Ezra doing a great job walling up with verticality.
Yeah, and he does, especially for the fact that he's a wee bit undersized, so is going to have to continue to try punch above his weight. Does so with his verticality on that instance.
Chase Jeter back into the game for the Hawks. Taylor had nobody give it to, gives a turnover. Ryland Jones finds Dane Burdenshaw. Back to Jones. Cheetah once again doing the cornet. And it looks like going to have a charge call, offensive moving screen on Sam Timmins. He's not happy with it.
Yeah, and Sammy Timmins not normally one to be up and in, disagreeing with the ref on that instance, so unsure, but again, another break there for the Hawke's Bay Hawks, chance to take the lead.
Taylor with the ball, finds Eagle, just hit one. Cheetah, he's already hit one, the one-legged master. We see Eagle, find Taylor, fires away, no good. And Cheetah with the offensive rebound and the one-legged floater gets it to go, and the Hawke's Bay Hawks now have the lead by 2.
And this is what they need to do, just keep hanging around. You know, there was a Taranaki Airs team that came into Southland. It's Keelan Boone. Bang, bang.
Keelan Boone, more like Keelan Boone from downtown. Shout out to Easy Batch. As we see another steal, we're off to the races with Stoddart. Fires a little up and under. Scrum diddly-umptious there. What a pass from Stoddart to Sam Timmins.
Couldn't have said it better myself, and all of a sudden the Southland Sharks have pulled away, and this is what they can do. Hawke's Bay Hawks need to recoup and try to get back into this game.
Burden felt some contact as he came off the screen. No foul was called, so the Sharks get a stop. They're back up by 3. Hawks need a stop. Jones working in the mid-range, trying to get Taylor on his back, finds Burdenshaw. Yahtzee! Dane Burdenshaw firing away from the corner.
And Ryland Jones does such a good job of patrolling that area, takes the time, puts his defender in jail, and Dane Burdenshaw checking straight in, shooting that thing with confidence.
Isaac Allen searching, being absolutely pressured by Dane Burdenshaw. Burden getting downhill. Off to the races is Jones. Fires, pulls from 3. Ryland Jones, boom, snap, and a bit of crackle here. Timeout called by the Hawks. Ryland Jones, it was a 1-on-3, and he just pulled up from the car park and nailed it.
Why not? I tell you what, he's done it so many times this season. He's going to come down in transition, certainly not afraid to just pull that like a Steph Curry versus the New York Knicks 54 ball. He's just come out been super aggressive, and all of a sudden, this is what makes this team so great. They can turn it in an instant, and they have straight away against this Hawke's Bay Hawks side, who need to have a quick chat about how they're going to get this back on track.
As we take a look at the graphic on the bottom of your screen, scan the QR code if you want to take a look at the Tauihi schedule that has just been released for 2026. Some exciting matchup and women's basketball to be played here in Aotearoa. Is the Hawke's Bay Hawks just given up a little bit of a run? What do you think they need to fix, Tom?
Well, right now it's turnovers. They're not protecting the ball, and that's allowed the Southland Sharks to get out and run. And if the Southland Sharks crowd can get behind that, all of a sudden it can be very hard to pull back in. So right now I think if you're the Hawke's Bay Hawks, maybe settle it down. You've had some success when you go down low, play inside to out, so I expect them to come back and try establish Chase Jeter as a bit of a post presence in here.
Alrighty, we're back underway here for quarter 2 action. The Hawks trying to respond out of the timeout and get back to their first quarter ways. Jeter trying to post up on Timmins. Working, finds the cutting Murphy, but good hands to deflect it out of bounds from Ryland Jones.
And again, better offense. I like it from Hawke's Bay, trying to get down and establish a bit of a presence down low, but still, Southland doing a good job of trying to disrupt those passes.
McLaughlin finds Burden, firing away. Oh, and everything but the roll. Boone, Euro, pretty. Hop stepping his way through the lane, kisses it off the glass, extends the lead for the Sharks as Murphy comes down the other end and claps straight back.
And this game is up and down right now. Both teams pushing the ball. And again, this probably suits Southland a wee bit better for that exact reason, Charlie.
Braden Inga lighting it up. The Hawks trying to drop back into a 2-3 zone. It's super hard to do when you're playing transition defense though, so they couldn't get it set. Left open, a wide open shooter, and Inga makes them pay. We see pretty footwork from Jeter, but a solid rebound from Ryland Jones. Sammy T off to the races, blocked by McLaughlin. No way, Jose.
And he maybe wanted the goaltend there too, but it looks like he's not going to get, as you see here on the replay. Absolute seed from Ryland Jones. The big fella runs.
Oh, I reckon he got it.
Yeah, we'll give it to him, mate. We'll give it to him. Way to get back.
Yeah, the hustle. Not afraid to jump with Slam and Sam. Baseline inbounds for the Sharks. Bernardshaw wide open and tries to pass it back to Jones. Now Timmins. Wide open, he already just hit one from there. Nylon, Ryland Jones starting to feel it in the Shark tank.
Yeah, and Ryland Jones, his second three of the evening, and all of a sudden he gives this whole Southland Sharks outfit a great look as their starting point guard with Asbury in the backcourt as well. I think both of those two together, a really dynamic duo.
Take a look at Jonathan Yim with his usual sweaters that he always looks so good in. We usually see a few people in the Shark tank trying to out-sweater him. But he's looking good as always, the coach in his second year. The Sharks have dropped into a little bit of a zone, and offensive foul is going to be called there on Chase Cheetah.
Yeah, and Chase Cheetah looks like he's walking straight to the bench with that one as well. His third foul. But there, tried to body Max Stoddard. Looked like he got him with a wee bit of a hook, but still managed to end up second best. So that's that Southland Farmer strength coming through.
Absolutely, and it looks like we have another timeout. I think this time called by Jonathan Yim and the Sharks. Maybe just want to talk things over and potentially get a good offensive set as they come out of this timeout. What do you think he wants to talk about here?
Yeah, I think it's just a good chance to reset. I mean, it's the halfway point through the second quarter. They've still got the timeouts left on hand. I think a big thing, if they can continue to try to stretch this lead out.
You got it, mate.
There we go. If they can stretch this lead out, I think for this Hawke's Bay Hawks team, it's going to get dire straits really quickly. So they want to put this game to bed early, try to up their points differential, because that's something that they're going to need to continue to get up, especially if it gets into a situation where maybe they're going to need that to get into that first or second spot, with both the Saints and the Rams following closely on their tail.
Yeah, absolutely. And even if this game does start getting a little bit out of hand for the Sharks, they really want to keep improving, because their season is far from over. They're trying to go one better than they did last season, and with Tobias Cameron out, and we don't know how quickly he's going to be back, they might have to get used to some different sort of systems, as we see a turnover thrown there from Asbury. Wasn't quite on the same page as Inga. Back with Eagle now, so Ezra Eagle's going to have to play a huge role in a lot of minutes in this one, with Cheetah now on 3 fouls. Burden blocked by Stoddard, and Bernardshaw off to the races. Little 1-2, throw it up. Dane Bernardshaw, he likes the look of that one.
Yeah, great move there from Dane Bernardshaw. We see there the great block from Stoddard. Bernardshaw head down, takes on Burton. He loves it too. Great finish there from Bernardshaw.
Yeah, Dane Bernardshaw, I was messaging him with him before this one. He gave me a few nicknames that I might have to whip out a little bit later in this one. I don't think it's called for just yet, but good to see Dane out there playing with confidence and doing his thing. He's had a couple of big games. He had a 17-point game earlier this season, so we know he can get hot. Now it's Hawke's turn to respond. Eagle feeling really confident. Can't get it to go. Solid look though. Shot it in rhythm.
Yeah, and I like that in terms of dragging the ball across. They get that cross screen for Eagle coming back. But you see the Southland Sharks, they're almost daring the Hawke's Bay Hawks to shoot those ones, really packing it in and then trying to get out and run.
Asbury working in the mid-range and does a great job getting Jacob Murphy in his back pocket and forces a foul to be called.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, just creeping up, but I'm liking it from Jacob Murphy. I think he's had a good outing so far, and he needs to continue to be aggressive. You know, especially he's got a tough task in terms of trying to keep up with Caleb Asbury, but is doing a good job right now.
Ryland Jones firing away. No good. 2 for $1. Once again, no good. And the Hawks trying to respond. Need to start making something happen to stay in this one. Burden with the ball. Still yet to really make an impact, and throws a turnover a little bit beyond the outstretched arms of Ezra Eagle.
Yeah, and that's a killer, that one. And again, you see Southland Sharks really getting their feet set in that zone, showing a united front. And right now, Hawke's Bay just unable to penetrate it and relying on swinging the ball around and not having a lot of success.
Asbury letting the ball roll a little. Burdenshaw coming off that pin down. And another back-to-back turnovers. A little bit sloppy here in Invercargill in quarter number 2.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Southland probably resting on their laurels a wee bit in terms of that 17-point lead. But right now, Hawke's Bay have an opportunity and they need to capitalise. I think continue to be aggressive and try get into that paint.
Burton firing away. Bada bing, bada boom. Getting it to go from beyond the arc is Burton.
And we know he can get hot really quickly. Alonzo Burton shoots 41% on the season, as Dane Burtonshaw has something to say about it too.
Yeah, good look there from Dane Burdenshaw and the Sharks. The Hawks get a little lucky, trying to find it to McLaughlin, spinning, trying to get to that left hand. There was 2 cutters, but Keelan Boone doing a great job. As we see Jones, Asbury, step back, pops it, no good. Rebound, Hawks. Settling a little bit, other Sharks.
Yeah, if you're Hawke's Bay, I think you're living with that one in terms of Caleb Asbury. As he gets the steal in that instance, you're living with those contested threes, and this could be some showtime.
Oh, and adds a little jab in there as well. Dayton Burdenshaw just probably need to catch and shoot that one after a pretty spectacular pass from Asbury. Jacob Murphy operating for the Hawks, trying to get downhill. And once again, just going over the top of Ezra Eagle. I think they maybe thought it was Chase Jeter down there.
Yeah, maybe a wee bit on that one in terms of Eagle trying to get that steal. I like the idea from the Hawke's Bay Hawks, but right now the execution just isn't there. When you're playing in a team as quality as the Southland Sharks, you need the execution to be there. Otherwise, it could end up being a long night.
Asbury kicks to Boone, finds Webster. And another turnover, no. Comes up with Inga. And another turnover. Getting really messy, just playing off one foot and like not taking their time on decision making.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right, Charlie. Just some careless basketball right now, which for this Southland Sharks team is very uncharacteristic in particular. And now another chance for Hawke's Bay Hawks to try get into this lead.
Murphy. Gasson gonna fire away off the glass. That one's no good.
And again, another one in terms of Hawke's Bay, still unable to get into that paint and just having great success. And this is where the Southland Sharks can be really effective. I think trying to push it straight back at Hawke's Bay and not let them get set in their defense.
Caleb Asbury just slicing through the defense like he's playing Fruit Ninja. Gets it to go for the Sharks and extends the lead. McLaughlin gonna fire away from 3 and tip hooray, not today from Murphy. Murphy's Law not on his side.
Great chat. That's phenomenal.
Thank you, thank you. Asbury, 2-man game with Timmins. Inga and Ezra Eagle playing a bit of rugby with Sam Timmins.
Light heavyweight title. The takedown.
Yeah, who are you backing there in a street fight? Sam Timmins or Ezra Eagle?
Well, I think Ezra Eagle would have ticker for starters.
Yeah,
I don't think it would drop early, but I think just through sheer size, I'd have to go Sam Timmins on that instance.
Ezra Eagles, he's a pretty smart player though, so I feel like he'd be able to use that high IQ in a fighting situation as well.
Some high IQ Brazilian jiu-jitsu, you reckon, on the ground?
Yeah, something like that. I actually might have to message him after, see if he does any sort of jiu-jitsu or anything like that.
Go on.
As we see,
I'll be interested.
Yeah, a lot of rogue chat here in the commentary box as we see Sam Timmins getting his first one to go. Sam Timmins, he's just so consistent, isn't he?
Yeah, he really is. I mean, in terms of this league, he's done such a good job rebounding the ball. Fresh off had 22 rebounds against the Nelson Giants and does a great job at passing the ball also. He's actually, they play a lot through Sam Timmins down the offensive end. He does a really good job at keeping everyone involved. So a massive asset for this team.
Casson finds Allen. Left wide alone, floater, touches it off the glass. Isaac Allen.
Yeah, and a great job from Isaac Allen in terms of being aggressive, showing us that he can shoot the three from Rapid League, has the touch inside too.
Blocked. Get that out of here from McLaughlin. Finds Burden in the corner. No, that one goes long, so not quite finding their straps from downtown as Isaac Allen's going to be called for a foul, and that looks like it's going to force Sammy T to head to the line because they're in the bonus.
Yeah, probably not the best foul. I mean, we know Sam Timmins' free throw percentage isn't fantastic, but again, just a chance to slow this game down and get some more opportunities for Southland to score the ball. If you scan the QR code there, you can get your hoops in schools thanks to the Chemist Warehouse, Auckland, Northland, Coromandel. Stand up.
First one is good from Sammy T. Recently just been part of that Tall Blacks window in the World Cup qualifiers where they had 2 wins over Philippines and Guam. He had a great performance against Guam. Huge win for them there as we see the youngsters back out here on the floor for the Hawks. Finds Burden, and an offensive foul is going to be called. I think it's going to be called on number 12, Isaac Allen. That'll be his first personal, but we know it's something they call a lot in this league is those moving screens. Anytime you aren't completely set or you just slightly move that bum outside your frame, it's going to be called, isn't it?
Yeah, they're absolutely on it, and straight away Caleb Asbury able to get downhill, but it's something that both teams are going to have to look to sort out because the refs will definitely pull you up if it's not good.
Timmins, nice little shimmy work and gets it to go with the right hook.
Yeah, great job there from Sam Timmins, and all of a sudden you see a bit of extended pressure. Ryland Jones seeing young Kobe Costley on the floor, thinking maybe he can try force another turnover.
Burden now with the ball at the top. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Isaac Allen, no. Rebound, Sharks. Another solid look for the Hawks, but they just can't seem to find anything inside the paint.
No, they really can't. The zone is really having an impact on them, not able to get inside. And right now, Southland are daring them to shoot, with Alonzo Burton being the main threat.
10 seconds left. Getting up, and just another plain shakalaka from Caleb Asbury. 1 second left, McLaughlin. And a quick clap back from the Hawke's Bay Hawks to finish with another 2 points. And that will do it. We take a look at this replay. Quarterback pass all the way down. We couldn't quite see the pass in the air, but that's all good. And that will do it for the first half action here in Invercargill. It is the Southland Sharks that came out firing in the second quarter and are leading this one 49-31, trying to clinch that top 2 spot. We'll be back shortly. It is half time here in Invercargill as the Southland Sharks are beating the Hawke's Bay Hawks at 49-31 after a very close 20-17 first quarter, and the Hawks taking an early lead in that second quarter. It was all about the Sharks. They finally found some momentum. It is Charlie Dolson joined alongside Tom Ingham, the former Nelson Giant. I'm sure you've played in the Shark Tank a few times. What's the environment like? We're talking about that soon. Let's get into the Chemist Warehouse stats, mate.
Yeah, well, in terms of the Chemist Warehouse stats right now, Sam Timmins winning the battle of the bigs in terms of with him and Chase Jeter, that 12 versus 7. Keelan Boone making his impact felt, but then contributions throughout right now for the Southland Sharks team just a wee bit more consistent than the Hawke's Bay Hawks, and ultimately that's what's kept them ahead in this game. We see Sam Timmins up to 8 rebounds, but Jacob Murphy, one of the guards for the Hawke's Bay Hawks, really making himself known and trying to do everything he can to stop this very effective rebounding Southland teams. You see all the way throughout. McLaughlin there with 4 rebounds as well. As we go through the assists, Rylan Jones really dictates this offense really well, allows Caleb Asbury to move more to the 2, and he can do his thing. And Alonzo Burton turning back the clock a wee bit in terms of his distributing abilities. Jacob Murphy again popping up, and then Sam Timmins showing that he is the jack of all trades.
Yeah, absolutely, and add a couple blocks there to McLaughlin's name, as well as Stoddart, Timmins, and Boone. We talked about Timmins leading the league in blocks per game. But talking about this big battle between Sam Timmins and Chase Jeter, I think one thing to notice is that, yes, Chase Jeter has 7 points, but he's done it in only 8 minutes and 45 seconds. He's on 3 personal fouls, and that is a huge loss for the Hawks in that first half.
Yeah, absolutely is, and it's something that he's going to need to stay in this game if they want to have an opportunity to get up and try upset the Southland Sharks team.
As we take a look on screen, it looks like he's handing out the $35 large cup pepperoni pizza.
Not the large cup.
And cupped.
What?
Cupped pepperoni there, Tom Ingham. So scan the QR code or use the online code SalesCup26 and get in with that steal of a deal. Look, you can hear them. They're pretty loud there in the Shark Tank. How loud would you be if you could earn some pizza, Tom?
Oh, I tell you what.
You would be up there?
Oh, you can say that again in terms of that large, crispy on the sides from what I heard from Casey Frank earlier.
Yeah.
Bliss.
The oil inside and everything. So, well, that will do it. We'll be back shortly for second half action. Don't go anywhere. No mai, honey mai, and welcome back to Invercargill. We take a look, man, that Sal's Pizza does look pretty good as we see the Sharks up 49-31 at halftime. Tom, a lot of ground to make for the Hawke's Bay Hawks. We know they really have nothing to lose. They're completely eliminated. They can't make that top six. But for them, it's just finishing off the season on a positive note. How do they bring themselves back into this one?
Well, I mean, you see with a lot of these guys that are coming into the game for the Hawke's Bay Hawks, they're young guys that are getting an opportunity for the first time to get some really extended minutes. Then you add Kobe Carter is also out, a guy that has stepped up with these minutes. So for these guys, it's a great opportunity, and Hawke's Bay is without a doubt a proud region. So, you know, this is a great opportunity for them to get out on that Sal's NBL floor, get some shots up, get some reps up, and who knows, maybe you make a splash and all of a sudden some teams are having a wee look at you, or the Hawke's Bay Hawks are like, man, we got to bring that kid back next year too.
We take a look, some pretty good posters always here in the Shark Tank. They do a great job dressing up. I know last week, I'm not sure if the same lads are here, but they had Go Sharks spelt out, took their shirts off, and I mean, it was impressive. They really do it well in Invercargill.
And that cold Invers weather too is brave, is absolutely brave. But yeah, they do. The Shark Tank, it definitely gets up, it gets pretty rowdy, and you know, they support their team wholeheartedly. And you know, if things don't go to plan, they'll certainly let you know as well. They're a passionate bunch down Southland.
Once again, that Tauihi schedule has been released for 2026. Scan the QR code and find out more about it. There's Jonathan Yim and the Southland Sharks. They're getting ready to take on this second half. So far, it has been Sam Timmins leading the way on the scoring with 12 points. Keelan Boone right behind him with 10. Sharks shooting it pretty good at 57% from the 2-point range.
Yeah, I think the big thing with, if you look at Hawke's Bay as well, you know, they've been effective at shooting that two at 50%, but then that 3-point currently sitting at 21%. So I expect Hawke's Bay to try and get into the paint more, but again, easier said than done with the likes of Sam Timmins patrolling down low.
So it's going to be Ryland Jones getting us underway here for half number 2. Into that 2-3 zone, weaving his way through traffic. Braden Inger lights out from beyond the arc. What a way to start the second half.
Yeah, and he does that so well, Braden Inger, especially in that corner. And Sam Timmins, you see him taking up all of Chase Jeter's time and energy. Nearly said Derek Jeter, the great baseball player, but it's such a good job there from Timmins too.
Ryland Jones with the rebound there. Caleb Asprey working. Kicks it to the corner. Keelan Boone, high arcing three. No good. Rebound, Alonzo Burden. What an athlete there on that rebound. Working in the half court now. We already see him drop a couple dimes, and Chase Jeter just throws up one behind the back.
Look, why not? Why not, Chase? Get your reps. You know, we've seen the one-legged threes. Maybe we got the addition of that too. But you see Caleb Asbury able to commit to Braden Inger again. What an athlete.
So, half-court set out of the sideline, out of bounds for the Hawks. Jeter has been in foul trouble. After the whistle, throw up another one.
The one-legged one too. He certainly loves that one.
Burden now. And that one's going to be a back-to-back kickball. So yes, I understand the FIFA World Cup is going on, fellas, but it's still the South NBL.
On that note,
Who you got?
where do you think LeBron's going?
LeBron? France? Oh no, they got knocked out. LeBron, I reckon he's going back to Cleveland, mate. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think Cleveland's a good shout.
Or the Warriors, like the Wars. No, the Golden State Warriors. Up the Wars. Braden Inga firing away. No good.
And again, that zone, they're trying to set that out a wee bit. And again, it's a good look for Inga, but Hawke's Bay Hawks need to try now. I like this from Burton, trying to attack and get into the paint, which opens it up for Murphy.
Jinx, mate, you owe me a soda. But Jacob Murphy just gliding through the lane and a pretty finish. I thought he was going to slam that one home.
Yeah, well,
What an athlete, eh?
What an athlete.
Boom, shakalaka from beyond the arc. Keelan Boone back and hot as ever.
Yeah, and that's what Keelan Boone can do. Is so effective from shooting that from the outside and gives Southland another weapon out there.
Ball with McLaughlin. Jeter. The one-legged three once again. Bada bing, bada boom. What an athlete, the Flamingo.
Yeah, with the one-legged one, he shot that from bluff. He just getting it up there and good to go.
Ball now with Boone. He just hit one. Asbury gliding down the lane. Sam Timmins with the rebound. Looks like out of bounds is going to be called. Both Asbury and Timmins are in absolute disbelief. But the ball will go the way of the Hawks, and the lead now out to 19 points. Tune in on Tuesdays for the South NBL highlight show on Sky Sport. Back underway here. Hawks ball. Need to make something happen. Gonna need to go on a run. Why not another one? Chase Jeter. Oh, Caleb Asbury getting up.
What an athlete.
Asbury finds Timmins. Now to Jones. Working in that mid-range. Little hesitation. Throws it up with one hand. Doesn't get the rim, but Sam Timmins working hard on the offensive glass to remain the ball with the Sharks.
And I think what Sam Timmins does so well too is when he's in that middle of that keyhole, he's patrolling everything that's going on. So what it allows the guards to do is get really deep with that penetration, because Chase Jeter's taken completely out. You see right now, his attention is purely on Sam Timmins.
Rylan Jones, holy oyster. That one was definitely from bluff, Tom. What a shot. We know he can shoot the ball exceptionally well. We see Zoe. A little nice move, but great hands there from Sammy T.
Yeah, and again, I love this from Zoe in terms of being able to attack that. We know he can shoot the three, but you see there, Jeter in a battle. It leaves McLaughlin on an island. He's got two people to guard in terms of Jones and Asbury, and that's incredibly hard to cover both of those human beings.
We see Isaac Allen check back into the game for the Hawks. Finds Eagle. Skip past to Murphy. Thought about it. Go on, shoot another one, Jeter. Spin move. And great job. Sam Timmins saying he got the ball, but I think he got the left hand of Jeter. Pretty move. Mixing it up. Shot a couple threes, now getting downhill, spin move, and getting himself a chance at the Chemist Warehouse straight.
Yeah, I think they're jumping off too. That was the first time we've seen him shoot one off the 2 feet, but showing for the big fella, he's got the footwork and has the handle around that mid area, which is big time for this Hawke's Bay Hawks team, and something that I think he's going to need to continue to get going and get a bit of help going through with these other guys too.
Here we see Chase Jeter. He's from Las Vegas. He went to Bishop Gorman High School. Nice offensive rebound. Ezra Eagle trying to fire away. And once again, the Hawks staying with it. Murphy hesitated for a second and then let it fly, but again, can't get it to go. Just shooting the three ball at about 21%, as we see Asbury got with one hand, and Jeter slaps the backboard, so it will be goaltending and the basket will count.
Yeah, and I think right now the Hawke's Bay Hawks, they need to think about this really carefully. It's already ballooned to a 24-point lead. Caleb Asbury is getting way too downhill, so I think maybe you need to start to look at your defense. Are you going to go to a man-to-man and try guard your yard one-on-one? Because right now this zone is too easy to penetrate.
McLaughlin, skip pass to Allen. Murphy, wide open. This time, 2 for $1. Bingo. Much better shot from Jacob. Murphy was left all alone. He does well to execute.
Yeah, better action, getting from side to side. I think that's really effective. But again, this zone is just far too easy for Southland. And Ryland Jones, another Trizzy.
Trizzy tray ball there from Ryland Jones. He's really found his rhythm. He's got a lot of time, though, on all of these shots. So the Hawks, a little bit more pressure as Cheetah tries to throw a ball fake over the top. Murphy, maybe a baby heat check there. Asprey getting downhill. Inger in the corner, thought about it. Gets to his mid-range, and another rebound for Cheetah.
Yeah, both teams trying to push the ball a wee bit up and down now. Southland doing a better job getting set back. That's a seed from Jacob Murphy. I do not know how that got through.
Yeah, somehow planted it. And it now will be Ryland Jones with the steal. He's going to pull up.
Wow.
Oh, couldn't get it to go. He's always got confidence in transition, eh? I mean, a three-pointer is pretty much a layup for him.
That's worth more than 2.
McLaughlin. Asprey tried to pull the chair, but McLaughlin sits down and gets the layup anyway.
So effective on that left hand, McLaughlin. What an athlete.
Ezra Eagle with the steal, diving on the loose ball. Great hustle, but it's going to be a kick ball. Ezra Eagle will put the hand up. I love seeing the hustle and also the smile on his face as he does it, as we see Tautoko Wynyard check into the game, brother of Ty Wynyard. And, you know, he's actually like my 4th cousin, I'm pretty sure.
Seriously?
Yeah, no, like I'm actually not even joking, like 3rd or 4th cousin. You can ask him. He calls me cuz.
Oh, that must be legit then.
No, it actually is legit though. All right, here we go. Asprey with the ball, fires it to Wynyard, and that's not the way he wanted to start the game. Goes straight through the bread basket.
Yeah, but good to see Wynyard out here. Your cousin, I think, has a part to play in the Southland Sharks team, especially going later into the season with Sam Timmins. Will Ledger out, so a good chance for Wynyard to see some extended minutes.
Absolutely. Jeter fires away one-legger again, but rebound from Stoddard getting up there. Boone. Tick, tick, no. Couldn't get it to go. Asprey going to fire away. Tick, 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 boom. Caleb Asprey setting off the dynamite and extending the lead now to 15 for the Southland Sharks side, 66-41. We take a look at this replay of Caleb Asprey's 3. All the time in the world. Gets it to go, and it just keeps getting worse as we take a look at these posters. Well, I tell you what, there's no way they painted them. That's got to be AI
Chat
or something.
GPT.
Chat GPT.
100%. I recognise the font. Impressive regardless. You still need to put the right dialogue in there for it to come out.
Yeah, fair the fin with Yim. That's pretty good.
Fair the fin with Yim. Yep.
Well, they've got 2 of them. One in black and one in blue. Another chance to scan your QR code for the fans MVP. It's got the New York Knicks singlet on and the orange beanie.
If I'm Taylor Britt,
okay,
I'm filthy at that. That's the photo. You've got me flexing with the smile.
Yeah. He probably could be flexing a
little
better
harder.
One.
Yeah. If you're going to put me on there, get me.
Oh, as we take another
really
look at these posted, the shark tank. Do you get that? It's a tank, but he's done a shark now.
I'm with you. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yep, it's a Saturday afternoon, and it's the Sharks up by 25 here in Invercargill, trying to extend this lead and extend the points differential. They don't have the favorite in terms of points differential against any of the other teams in the top 4. As we see somebody left the door open on Murphy's 3.
Yeah, they're just unable right now to get into that Southland Shark zone. You're just seeing a lot of skip passes, rotation. into threes, and it's not getting any better from three-point land for this Hawke's Bay Hawks outfit. Currently sitting at 6 of 27 from three, so we'll be wanting to try and up that, but I think need to do that through getting into the paint for starters.
Asprey now with the ball. Oh, and he's going to be tripped up. Murphy is trying to say that it was actually Tautoko Wynyard that pushed him into that, so he's not happy with that call. They'll dap each other up. Great to see. Camaraderie here in the NZNBL. Inbound, Caleb Asprey finds Stoddart. Hasn't got to play much this season with injuries and other things. He's only played 5 games, but he's back here for the business end as a pretty block. And Jeter getting downhill, taking the contact and finishing. No foul called. Good wall up from Tautoko, but better offense.
Yeah, great job there from Jeter, running lane to lane. And I think that's what he needs to do, to just try to bring a bit of energy. Whether you can get back into this game or not is unsure, but you've got to bring the energy and play with a bit of pride.
Wynyard probably should have just gone up for the little floater there, tried to bump off Jeter instead, but Jeter with solid hands, as Asprey not happy with that call either.
Yeah, I thought Wynyard maybe took a wee bit of contact from Jeter going up, but ultimately the refs maybe a bit of mercy rule right now. And Hawke's Bay just need a wee bit of something to try and bring a wee bit of energy back into this game, because it could get ugly really quickly.
Murphy now with the ball. Sharks in the 2-3 zone. Jeter. Fade away. Woohoo! Kabuya from Chase Jeter. Just once again just showing the range that he has in his bag of tricks.
And I tell you what, I'm just watching this Wynyard Jeter match up too. A bit of bump and shove, bit of rough and tumble, which we love, as Quake Webster. Not quite.
We see Chase Jeter just go up with one hand there and grab that. So he shoots it one-legged and he grabs rebounds with one hand. What an athlete.
Just a unilateral type of athlete.
21 points is the difference here with 2 minutes 30 remaining. And more youngsters in for the Hawks as we see Jeter go up with a floater. Looked pretty, but couldn't get the roll. It's going to be Sharks ball.
And again, you see the Southland Sharks, all 5 defenders deep inside that three-point line with that zone. Jeter doing his best to try to patrol that baseline, get some catches down there. It's a good look for him. He's had a couple of tough ones, but hits the rim on that instance.
Rylan Jones with the ball. Playing against Sammy T. Stoddart thought about it, pump fake, drawing the contact, tries to get the tip in, and there is Sammy T. Tip, hooray, following it in.
Great job there from Timmins. That's where he does so well. Is all of a sudden Isaac Allen, but McLaughlin, great job getting up and in there.
Maz gets to a spot and pops it like it's hot. Maz Taylor coming off the bench, and again with a lot of confidence. Inga searching for his teammates. Sammy T back to Inga. Booyah!
Braden Inga has been fantastic all this season, shooting the ball 43% from 3 and just shooting with such confidence. Doesn't need a long time to get it off. Great shooter.
Taylor now with the ball, finds Allen. Sitting in that zone are the Sharks. The Hawks just trying to get it to those corners to really open up this zone.
Yeah, it's just really hard for them to do that when they're doing such a good job, Southland, and just being extended. They've got their arms up, so they're making the zone appear bigger than what it is, so it's making it really hard for the Hawke's Bay Hawks to get the balls. You see right there, Inga, look how quickly relocates, doesn't need a lot of time at all. That's pretty basketball.
Another look at the crowd here in the Shark Tank. Allen with the ball, finds McLaughlin. Did well to stay on his feet. Macarena from the mid-range.
Yeah, he's got the mid-ranger and he's got the wee floater too, so showing that effectiveness, McLaughlin needs to continue to be aggressive.
Jones finds Inga. Just hit one, thought he should let that one fly again as we see Jones find Sammy T, who wasn't looking for him, and count it. get it to go. Sammy T caught the ball, wasn't even looking, and got the contact and finished a chance at a three-point play. We take a look at that pretty pass, takes the contact, extends the ball outside of the body with that right hand. Pretty work.
Yeah, it takes contact really well, and again, so big and strong coming down that lane. And I was about to say, he's been shooting the free throw not too bad, but can't get the roll in that instance.
So it looks like it's going to be Casson playing some point guard duties now for the Hawks. Ezra Eagle, he's stuck, being smothered from Quake Webster. Isaac Allen. Great defense here from the Sharks, and they force a turnover. Rylan Jones going to get downhill, behind the back pass to Inga, and then he gets his own board and throws it off the body of McLaughlin like they're playing dodgeball, and the Sharks will keep it.
Yeah, and right now you see here in terms of Rylan Jones, got really pinball-y for a second there, but able to get the ball back, and right now Hawke's Bay just struggling to get really anything going and anything established down the defensive end in particular.
Webster finds Sammy T, Rylan Jones. 13 seconds left here to end the quarter. Trying to make an exclamation mark on this third quarter. Jones, shifty, razzle-dazzle, gets through the lane, everything but the finish. That was for sure going on the highlight reel, but he couldn't get the English off the glass, and that will do it for quarter number 3. The Sharks have blown out to 73-49 lead over the Hawks. Fourth quarter action coming up shortly. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Shark Tank here in Invercargill. It is all about the Southland Sharks, the number 2 team in the competition, beating the Hawks 73-49, heading into this fourth and final quarter. The Hawks already been eliminated from top 6 contention, so they really are just playing with nothing to lose. McLaughlin blocked by Sammy T, and Sammy T's got a smile after that one.
Yeah, Sammy Timmins, as he does so well, and all of a sudden, Braden Inga from 3 again. What an athlete.
Hot diggity dog, Braden Inga, as Ezra Eagle finds Isaac Allen, step back, fires, no. He turned around after that, but it wasn't like a Steph Curry turnaround. I think it's because he knew it was missing. As we see Rylan Jones straight back at him, fly by Geronimo.
And all of a sudden, this game is blown out to 30 with a couple of quick hits. And you see Hawke's Bay Hawks trying to get set into something, but they need to try and penetrate the zone and not be settling to stay around the outside.
Ezra Eagle, floater gets swatted away from Burdenshaw and Sammy T, the leading blocker in the league. As we take a look at this replay. No way, Jose Perez. Baseline out of bounds. Ball with Eagle. At the top now is Costley. Fingering her away, and that one's going to rattle out. But coming up with the rebound is Isaac Allen. Costley now finds the cutting. Oh, nice pump fake. Good patience, getting his own rebound, and just staying with it though are the Hawks. So probably 9th time the charm on that possession, but finally McLaughlin gets one to drop.
Yeah, and just the presence of Sam Timmins, his ability to block, be a shot blocking presence, having such an impact. We see there the travel. Ryland Jones maybe one of the push, but not on this occasion.
Burden back into the game for Isaac Allen. Costley bringing up the ball. 2-3 zone being shown from the Sharks. Costley finding Casson. Eagle wanting it in the corner but throwing away. Another turnover. This time it was Costley. Braden Inga finds Asbury. Working in that mid-range, little hesitation, 1-2, floats it over the top. Sammy T misses the layup, but just wanted more stats. Gets his own rebound and gets another rebound and 2 points to the tally.
Moses Malone-esque from Sam Timmins. And right now, the Hawke's Bay Hawks, I think right now, they're not even looking at the rim trying to be aggressive. It's just trying to go side to side. I think you've got to do something to try and make the Southland Sharks defense respect you a wee bit.
McLaughlin in the mid-range. This is everything.
That's not going to warrant some respect.
Asbury now pushing, finding Burdenshaw. Go on, Dano. And going to be stripped out, so it's going to stay the way of the Sharks. It's good to see Sammy T giving Dane a bit of confidence, just saying, let that one fly. You know you're a good shooter, get to that mid-range and let it go. Stays with the Sharks.
What a leader.
What a leader indeed, as we see Dane Burdenshaw kick it to Sammy T. Ryland Jones, nice two-handed skip pass, and Braden Inga just pops back with ease. So nonchalant.
Nonchalant, you can say that again.
83-51 is the score, 7 minutes remaining in this one. Costley with the ball. Eagle to the mid-range. Ezra Eagle, go on lad.
And that's the first time Hawke's Bay have really got in and tried to be effective through that mid-post. And I think they need to continue to do that. It's where they've had success, so they need to go back to it.
Ryland Jones. Braden Inga. Once again, a turnaround. So controlled in the mid-range. Just gets to his spot whenever he wants.
Yeah, and he's having an absolute field day right now, up to 18 points. Shooting 7 of 11, so shooting at an incredibly high clip, and right now the Southland Sharks are just getting whatever they want.
Inga for 3! Bada bing, bada boom, bingo Yahtzee, Merry Christmas. The Southland Sharks are blowing out the Hawke's Bay Hawks, and Braden Inga is on fire in the Shark Tank.
Yeah, you can say that again, Charlie. He really is.
Sure, Braden Inga is on fire in the Shark Tank. And a timeout has been called from the Hawks.
Yeah, thank you for that, Charlie. And in terms of this game, yeah, it really has blown out. And it's what Southland can do incredibly quickly. Once they get out and running, they get their shooters into the corners. They are incredibly effective. And right now, Sam Timmins is staying down low and drawing Chase Jeter into that dead low type of area, so he has to guard that. So what it allows is the Southland Sharks to just penetrate, get into the paint, and either finish up high or kick out to shooters. So if I'm the Hawke's Bay Hawks, you can either stay in the zone and just be a victim to it, or you can try get on the front foot for the last 7 minutes, show a bit of pride, play a bit of man, see if you can guard your yard a wee bit.
Yeah, now, Tom, if you're the Southland Sharks, you're up by such a tremendous lead. You know, you really can't go further right now up the table, but every win is important. How do you keep using this game to get better rather than just taking the foot off the gas?
Yeah, I think continuing to try and stay structured, I think what you can do is maybe look at your defense, but then again, try to implement other guys back into the game and try get their legs underneath them, because you never know in playoff basketball when you're going to need someone else. And right now, alternatively, you could make Sam Timmins play point guard and bring the ball up and go down the other end.
Murphy 2-on-1. Thought he was going to try wind up, but he gets the finish. So sloppy possession there from the Sharks, and the Hawks capitalise on it. Asprey now with the ball.
Yeah, and you see the Hawke's Bay Hawks have gone to that man-and-man, try to guard the yard a wee bit, which I like to see. But Sam Timmins able to patrol that area with the wee push.
Sam Timmins so good at that push shot. As soon as he gets anywhere inside the three-point line, pretty much. Jeter. Great with those ball fakes. Ezra Eagle. He tries a push shot of his own, but Sammy T says, that's my move, not yours, young fella.
Yeah, absolutely. But Ezra Eagle, I like how he's patrolling that mid-post area. It's just giving the Hawke's Bay Hawks a different look that they haven't really been seeing a lot, and the reason why is Southland were able to blow this game out. But still worth a lot to play for in terms of pride. We know Hawke's Bay is a proud region, so time to turn it on, Hawke's Bay.
Burden Shaw finds Stoddart. Ryland Jones with the space. Stoddart gonna fire away. That one hits the front iron, and the Hawks now trying to push a little bit before the Sharks can get their defense set. Ezra Eagle back to Costley. Eagle now surveying his options, doing a great job at moving this defense around, and it's going to stay the way of the Hawks. Ezra Eagle thinking maybe he should have pass faked that one and tried to get to the rim. He's almost visualizing that after the play.
Yeah, absolutely. I think better job from Hawke's Bay, trying to be a bit more aggressive off on-ball screen. Didn't quite get the execution on that instance, but like the intent.
Jeter getting on the floor. Rate the hustle, but they're not going to come up with the ball, and it's going to be a turnover.
Yeah, and that's a bit of a killer, and that's the 17th turnover for the Hawke's Bay Hawks, with still 4.5 minutes of action left, so definitely haven't done their part in terms of looking after the ball this evening.
Yeah, on the other end, Sharks have 11 turnovers, but 20 assists, so anytime you're kind of in that 2-to-1 ratio as a team, you're usually relatively happy. Ryland Jones now working on the on-ball, creating separation, finding Inga. It's been so good this time. It's Burden Shaw. No.
And again, a good look from Burton Shaw in a game like this. He's had some extended minutes, nearly up to 12 minutes now. So I think keep getting your reps up and keep shooting with confidence.
Murphy getting downhill. Blocked by Inga. Now Burden Shaw once again with the ball. Inga. I can just let it fly. Jones. Stoddart. 2 for $1 at the top. Yeah.
And another three-pointer there from Max Stoddart. That's the 16th three from the Southland Sharks, so they are definitely lighting it up from out there.
Ezra Eagle got stopped in his tracks by Inga. Murphy gonna fire away. Pew pew from beyond the arc. Trying to mix up my lines here.
Yeah, I'm with it. I am 100% with it.
By the way, feel free to just jump in anytime if you think you've got a good one after a three or something. Yeah, I want to see what you got.
Yeah, well, in fairness, mate, I'm just learning from the old master here in terms of the constant lines. I'm just adding to my notebook at the moment. Got my iPad out, making some wee notes for future reference.
That's great, mate. That's great. I sometimes just like listen to music, or sometimes you just hear something and then you write it down. You're like, you know what? I might use that one day. Mama. Shout out to Chemist Warehouse, the official stats partner of the NZNBL. Right now it is Braden Inga leading the way of all scorers with 21 points. But right behind him is Sam Timmins with 20 points. He's got 12 rebounds and 3 assists to go along with that. Just another day at the office for Sammy T.
Yeah, it really is. And I mean, that double-double behaviour from him is just constant. Currently averaging 18.2 points, just shy of 11 rebounds per game. We know he's up there with 2 blocks as well. So just another day in the office for Sam Timmins, and he's having a seat, and I would expect that is his evening as the young core get a bit of a go here.
Back underway, 3 minutes remaining here in this one in Invercargill. Teams have buried the benches as Quaig Webster gets downhill and draws some contact.
Yeah, and it's good to see Quake Webster out here now getting an opportunity to lead this team. Does such a good job in the Rapid League, so now he gets that chance to not be Quake Webster, but be Corey Webster in this regard. And come on out.
Wow, I like what you did there.
Shout out, easy batch. And then able to hit the free throw in that instance. But no, carving out his own legacy in this Southland jersey.
I mentioned Dane Burdenshaw gave me some nicknames for some of the guys. Quake. They call him Earthquake sometimes.
Earthquake.
Right away for 3 is Casson, no good. Rebound from Riley Snow. The Oos Snow is what Dane calls him. The Oos Snow?
Who's Snow?
Like that's my Uso, but that's my Oos Snow. And bada bing, bada boom, it is number 6, Jack Ramage from beyond the arc coming in and letting it fly. And it's good to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Come into the game straight away. Only the 20 seconds under your belt. Come get that shot up. Great sign, and no doubt the Southland faithful will be loving it.
Rebound from Ramage. And a foul will be called there on Jacob Murphy. It'll be his 4th personal foul of the afternoon.
Yeah, and I mean, definitely hasn't been through lack of fight for Jacob Murphy. Certainly given it everything he's had, currently sitting at 15 points to go with 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals there as well. So with that extended opportunity, he's given it a good send, that's for sure.
Snow with the ball. And it's Will Jack checking into the game. So we see Quake Webster go up with the teardrop.
Great move there from Quake Webster, and again, like he's shown so well, he can score at all 3 levels and is really comfortable in that mid to close range area.
A nice dump off from Isaac Allen to Balon Casson. Heading into the final 2 minutes of this one. Ramage finding Snow. Ramage finding Snow, that kind of sounds cool as we see a good steal from Maz Taylor. Kicks it up ahead. But there is Ramage. Webster finds William Jack trying to get downhill, and he's going to be called for a foul. So a great, strong take from the young man in just his 2nd ever Sal's NBL appearance, and an opportunity to get his 1st points ever.
And what a time at home in front of, no doubt, be some family in the crowd. Heart will be pumping a wee bit right now. But what a chance for the young Southlander to get on the board.
And he does so with ease. 1 of 1 from the stripe. He shoots it now at 100%.
50.
50s. I think it's still better than Sam Timmins. You can have bragging rights there. So, good to see the youngster on the board for the first time. 1 minute 20 remaining. We're back to almost the Rapid League action. You see Isaac Allen. He was incredible in this afternoon's Rapid League match. I think he had 3 or 4 threes.
Yeah, I believe it was 4, and he lit them up really quickly. I mean, the nonchalantness of it, the wee step back, the step into it. A lot of smoothness to his game.
Smooth criminal. As we see it go to Costley. Finds Allen working on Tautoko Wynyard, gets him in the air and touches it off the glass. Too big, too strong.
Yeah, great job there from Allen, giving your cousin the business on that occasion, but able to get back down and go back to him.
Wynyard has the mismatch, but is getting swarmed from Hawke's defenders. That one was blocked. And the Hawke's Bay Hawks are going to get a solid defense possession there. Finds Ezra Eagle. One more. Isaac Allen. No good. Rebound Snow.
Yeah, and then Riley Snow had a great rebounding in Rapid League too. Double-digit rebounding, so getting his chance in the Sal's NBL too.
Webster operating at the top. Finding Ramage. To Wynyard. Webster, a little hezzy. Gets through the lane. Trying to find Snow, but it was too hot. You like what I did there?
I do like what you did there. I get it, the snow, too hot.
Yeah. Nice move there from Tautoko Wynyard, using his body and touching it off the glass. Allen thought about it, throws it up. 2 seconds left. They asked for a BNZ player timeout, but I'm not sure they're going to be awarded one. And that will do it here in Invercargill. The Southland Sharks get a huge win, 103-62 over the Hawks, who were definitely undermanned. They showed a good fight in that first couple quarters, but it got away from them. Tom, who's your game MVP?
Well, I mean, firstly, Braden Inga was incredible in terms of his shooting output. Ryland Jones with 15 and 10 assists, but our MVP tonight is the man who patrolled the middle, and the matchup we talked about at the start was Sam Timmins versus Chase Jeter, and Sam Timmins did what Sam Timmins does, 20 points to go with 12 rebounds, a steal there as well to go with 4 blocks. So just doing what he does, and is such a massive part of this team, and another big win for Southland to continue to push their case to try be at the top of the table when it's all said and done, Charlie.
Absolutely, so that now gives them the most amount of wins, but like I talked about earlier, the Auckland Tuatara are still in control of the league. If they win out, then they will remain first. If we take a look at some Chemist Warehouse stats, Braden Inga and Sam Timmins leading the way of all scorers with 21 and 20, but it was a collaborative effort all over the board. Shout out to Jacob Murphy on the Hawks side, as well as Jeter, who in limited minutes due to foul trouble still got it done. A couple one-legged threes was pretty fun to watch. Tom, as we take a look at the rebounds, Sam Timmins, as we mentioned, leading the way. Jacob Murphy with 9, as well as Jeter. Boone also helping out for the Sharks, and McLaughlin with 8. Moving on to the assists. Well, damn, Ryland Jones had 10 assists, so a double-double with assists and points for him. It was spread across the board for the Hawke's Bay Hawks. And the blocks, well, Sam Timmins and McLaughlin both with 4 blocks each. Sam Timmins still leading the way in blocks per game in the Sal's NBL with over 2 blocks per game, and steals. Ryland Jones, Jacob Murphy, as well as Caleb Asbury leading the way. So the Southland Sharks, a dominant win here in Invercargill, trying to take that top spot in the Sal's NBL as we have more Sal's NBL action after this. The Phi take on the Saints. That one's a crucial game. The Saints trying to guarantee their spot. They want to be in that top 2 rather than that top 4 and get that first round bye. A huge game tomorrow afternoon on Sky Sport 1 as the Rams take on the Tuatara. Well, that one, if the Tuatara lose that, the Sharks will be back into first place. Then the Bulls take on the Airs, and the Phi for the Nuggets, again trying to fight for that 6th spot. And once you get into that top 6, Tom, anything is possible.
Yeah, absolutely, and I mean, a lot of teams still fighting for it, and again, it's going to come down to the last week, and that's what you always love in a competition. If it's coming down to that last week, make sure you tune in and see who ends up with that 6th seed, ready for playoff basketball.
As we see the Southland Sharks always after every game going around and making sure they high-five all of their fans. I'm sure we'll see some Shark hats as well. That is usually on the sideline. We see Jonathan Yim, who's been welcomed and loved so much in all of Southland. They love him, they love his energy, they love everything he's about. He's also got the orange socks on. But that will just about do it. My name's Charlie Dalton. I was joined alongside Tom Ingham. It was the Southland Sharks that dominated the Hawke's Bay Hawks here this evening. Tune in for more Sal's NBL action a little later. Go well.